Pounders, welcome back. Little morning stream, little surprise stream. We're gonna get 2 in today. We're gonna be back later tonight with Nez at 9:15 p.m. Have a little charity hockey game at 6 p.m. So right when we get back from that. But yeah, we're gonna do a little BBM. The room has filled, so we'll jump right into this. I don't know. We see actually Shock and Frank and Al Bugs all joining us in the morning stream, and shout out to J Dubs as well at 10. Little bagels, little coffee. It's all here. You guys are going to see me eat. This is completely unhinged. Let me know if the beats are working for you guys in the background. If it's too loud, if it's too soft and you can't hear it, I could bump it a little bit, but this is going to be a vibe stream. And also going to cover a little bit of BBM5, just the player movement as well in between our picks. Yeah, this is live. This is not a drill. This is not a drill. We're doing a stream for the morning peeps because they get disrespected way too often. And we kind of wanted Lamb there. I am trying to get a little more exposure to JJ. I'm getting a lot of the 3 spot. Like, curious to know actually how much. And actually should be able to figure that out pretty quick. We are going to have a website dropping either today or tomorrow, so very excited about that. Shout out to Billy out here in the morning. Get your dunks. Get your dunks. Yeah, I got my iced coffee. That's, shit. We should do that brewery thing, though, soon. That'll be fun. Work just got better. Oh, yeah. We're here for entertainment here. And, if your boss swings by, we'll just tell him, this is 2+ EV to miss. This is 2+ EV to miss. All right, let's have a peek. And shout out to Pat Donovan at BBMDB.com, just putting together this amazing ADP tracker. This thing's so clean. I use it weekly for sure. Let's have a peek at the weekly movement at QB to start. Gino up 5 spots. Not a huge surprise. And part of the reason why we said like maybe 3 late QBs is really good right now because of the price of these guys are so cheap at this point in the offseason. It's not a surprise to see the biggest movers being picks that go later anyways. Wow, Gino in the last days up 4 spots. That's impressive. Running backs. All right, so let's see the biggest droppers here. Biggest fallers. Yeah, it's just 1 spot. It's nothing big deal. Running backs, Tracy down 4 spots. I guess Eric Gray's having a pretty good camp so far. Brooks down a few. Chubb's going to fall even further. Kendry down a little bit. Other than that, yeah, Eckler, not a huge surprise. The Marshawn Lloyd, maybe down 0.8. Could be a little surprise here. Jalen Wright, I hope he falls to a spot that I can draft more of him because I really can't touch him at his ADP right now. Dr. Foreman up. Braylon Allen, we have ranked super aggressively. I think at like 186 now. Singletary up a few spots and shit. We've seen this slow climb on Singletary and he's still rising, which is kind of funny. But yeah, he's not at his end game price just yet. So I still think he can scoop Singletary at a decent price. Let's have a peek here. Make sure we're not missing a pick. Ooh, a little Ayuk Gibbs on the 1-2 turn. Interesting. I almost like Debo Gibbs better because it's going to be less owned. And you actually might get a slide from Gibbs this offseason. Let's see. Wide receivers, D-Hop up a little bit. This is the steamer hype. Just kind of prepping him up a couple spots. Devonta Smith, Tyler Lockett, Turpin, Reynolds, Downs. Not overly surprised to see some of these guys rising. How about the last week? D-Hop, Robinson, Bateman. Lockett, yeah. Kind of expected. Pretty much expected. Tight ends, Jonnu up 4 picks. Dude, Jonnu's just like freaking roller coaster, man. It's weird. It is weird. Let's make our 2 picks. It's got to be Waddle here. And reason being, it doesn't really matter. It's not to get us different. But if I'm looking at these 3 players, like Waddle's going to pass Mike Evans, boys. it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. We double up by week 6. I'm not too worried about it because we're probably bringing in another receiver here anyways. But yeah, Smith is going to pass Neighbors. Smith is going to pass DJ Moore. Smith is probably going to pass Diggs. And it's just the way the market's moving. So sort of making those small adjustments now, and you can get a little more exposure to some of these players at, a little better price before they, like, it's kind of a big deal because he's going to hop 3 receivers. And same thing with Waddle, like he's going to hop 3 receivers. So to get them now does feel good when you're fighting for little advantages in these small ranges. We'll go Devonta Smith here. Is there any chance? 9 pick drop on Hurts would be it'd be a gift. It's happened before, but I don't know if they're willing to do that. Let's bring in Devonta Smith. I also don't mind steaming up Derrick Henry, DK Metcalf. You guys, the ones that have the CSV rankings, know where we have DK, and it's over a lot of people in that range as well. But yeah, Waddle, it's sad. I thought we were going to get this like 3rd round price on him all year, and it looks like the field is sort of sharpening up with that pick right now. As he's my 3rd highest receiver for the big board. Let me take a peek. Before the NFL draft, that price was just, it was too good to be true. It was too good to be true. 4th highest at 20%. Those were the days. But tight ends, Jonnu's moving up. Chig's moving up a little bit. Goddard. It's closer. It's not like it used to be like 13 picks, 13, 14 pick difference between Ben Sinnott and Henry. So this is good to see the gap is closing. Henry should pass him, but it looks like they're both falling in the last week, which is sort of, I don't know. I don't think Hunter Henry should really be a faller right now. But good morning, everyone. Appreciate you guys joining me. If you guys do enjoy the live stream, go down and slap the like. We might be getting a 2nd draft in. We might be getting a 3rd draft in. We'll see how many likes we get. And some big shout outs to people in the chat. Andrew, appreciate you, my man. It says early morning Bestball draft degens. Oh, yeah. Up dog in the house. What's up, baby? Rise and grind. Yeah, Logan says, damn, work just got a lot better now listening to the stream. Perfect. Yeah, and we have some pounders in this morning draft too, so we might have to mix some more of these in. I hate this. Like, for whatever reason, this hurts my OCD. Like, 2 names connected. I guess you can blame us, but how many letters is our name actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. So like a normal username's like under, probably like 12 to like 15 is probably on the higher end, but under 16. I think his name's just about as long as ours. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. See, there's the problem right there. Our boy went over, man. Our boy went over. I'm surprised Underdog lets you have such long usernames. I don't know what the reason for that is. George Pickens off at 40. Oh, come on, Hurts, baby. I saw we had 2 QBs still on the board. Give them to us. Oh, I saw purple. 3 picks away. 2 picks away. 2 picks. The dream's alive. This guy's got 3 freaking running backs. There's no way he's going QB. Oh, there's no way he's going QB. Oh my God, he went QB, but it wasn't Hurts. Yo. All right. Top of the morning to you boys. We are living large already. We do get the 8.2 pick drop on Hurts to pair with Smith. It is definitely a GM now. Oh shit, live a little bit. And yeah, the bagels, it's real. Like, we got bagels here. Wow. That's criminal. Damn. Well, are we out of the country here? We out of the country? Bringing a little bit of spice to the live stream. I like that. It's like when the wifey and I returned from Italy. Scusi. Everything was like, like, yeah, I'm so cultured. Like, I'm so cultured. Learned 8 words. Get out my face. Bugs brings in Andrews with CMC and Evans. It's a real cool start. I would fuck. I want to go Pacheco here, but fuck, man. This bye week 6 thing, I don't care. I don't care. We're doing it. We get a slide on a player that leverages an elite offense and is rising. I'm doing it. Shock says, what's your thoughts on the 4th round becoming normal for? I am going to have a lot of the elite QBs. If they go in the 4th round, like Jalen Hurts is, I'm going to have a lot of these elite QBs just because the advantage it gives you, if you can make up some of those points in the middle to later rounds, is just enormous. Like, you're getting that single game ceiling that you can only get with those QBs. Some of those late round QBs can be good values and maybe better values if you're doing Derek Carr, Levis, and Deshaun Watson or whatever, Kirk Cousins. If you're doing 3 of those guys, that's probably better value, but you're not getting that elite single game ceiling, which you're definitely looking for in a single game slate. You guys think about DFS. How many times are you like, man, can I make this work around Josh Allen this week? Like, you have to think about it, but they're so damn expensive that it makes it tougher. But I do think that 4th round is a beautiful place for these guys. This guy goes to, oh man, Shock brings in the double elite QB, brings in Mahomes at 56. So that, in a way, strengthens our team. I'm curious if this was an auto by Shock. Chris G in the house, man. I'd love to have you on the channel, dude. Chris G, good dude. Off to work, keep crushing. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you stopping in. Yeah, 3 wide receivers with Hurts stacked through 4 rounds. That's quite ideal. Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. Yeah, I like catching up at RB a little bit too. I have to start punishing myself. We're gonna have to start doing like pull-ups for every time we select a running back within the first 6 rounds. Binking Bagels was my nickname in college. Don't ask. Tyler? Tyler? That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, actually. Can you guys hear the background music? I'm just curious. I've never put it on stream, so curious volume-wise if you can even hear it. K-Walk, Rashad White off the board. White goes off at 64. And you're getting that slight drop on him still, where 64 feels pretty good now. Like, next running back off the board is Kamara. So it does to me at least makes sense that he's going a little closer to David Montgomery now. You can get him in the 60s pretty often, I've noticed. No music? All right. Let me see. Here's the thing. I don't know where what's the level of like loud. So let me know. We put it up to 8 here. Let me know if you can hear that. Or I'll go to 10. Fuck it, we'll go to 10. Okay. I actually don't mind Godwin here. Or we have another plan. Let's do this. Let's go David Montgomery first. It's not coming through. Okay, I'm just going to keep bumping it until it happens. I just don't want to put it too loud right from the jump. We're at 20 now. We got some sensitive ears in the chat. All right, Godwin goes. Fuck. All right, good click by Al Bugs. We figured if we go Demont here, if we get one of Godwin or Deontay Johnson, we probably feel pretty good about it. They both go. Do we get Addison at 75? We have a Minnesota double. Barely faint. Okay, so it does work. Let's go up to 20. I don't want to put it too loud. You can hear it now just barely, but you don't need music. Appreciate you, dude. Addison goes too, so we sort of get fucking punished. But like, I don't mind the Evan Ingram click either. Really don't. We're gonna rock these 3 receivers. We can go Rice too, but by week 6, let's chill with that. All right. We're gonna try to put ourselves in the wide receiver avalanche zone here. We're using our flares ASAP. 94 and 99. We have to play a little catch up, but I feel really good about these 2 RBs. Feel good about starting 3 wide receivers in a row, getting an elite QB, getting a value tight end who should still have a pretty high ceiling. And then when it comes back to us, maybe we get a player like Lockett would be ideal. We can mix in Mike Williams. Mike Williams is interesting, right? Like, if you guys know Mike Williams is going to be healthy for the last 3 weeks of the season, playing with Rodgers as the clear wide receiver 2 in an offense, we would probably all select him at 108. But we don't know if he's going to be healthy. So, especially coming off major knee injury, still, that depth chart in New York has me clicking Mike Williams a little bit more. Cool. All right, looks like we hit the correct volume. All right, Ferg goes at 81. And Hayden Winks had in his little fade article Evan Ingram, and that he prefers Jake Ferguson based on ADP, but where Evan Ingram goes, you can't like pass on Evan Ingram and like a full round later get Jake Ferguson. 76 and 86. So it's about 10 picks, 9.5 picks. So where I agree, I do like Ferguson. If you pass on Ingram, doesn't mean you're going to get Ferguson, though. Look at this. All wide receivers off the board. All wide receivers off the board. In here, if you need a receiver, like I don't mind just going up and picking someone. going up and bringing Lockett up here. And I think that's why you're seeing a rise too from Lockett quicker than other guys, because you get into this zone where it's like, okay, if you don't need a running back, like, it feels bad. I like what the 9 spot did here. Starts with Breece Hall, goes 4 receivers, brings in White after ADP, brings in a little stack with Jake Ferg. Yeah, Shock goes up and gets Tyler Lockett. I'm cool with that. So Shock going a little 0 RB right now with the double elite QB and elite tight end. One sip right there. If Sutton's there, we'll just go Sutton. I mean, I'm not a big Sutton guy. I know Herzig likes him, so we'll mix him in here in this spot. And it's probably good for me to get off the Lockett click anyways. Rice isn't playing before week 6 anyways. That's hilarious. Could be true. But if he gets like a 6 game, let's say he gets a 6 game suspension or 4, the 8 number is just sort of like a speculation from the crowd. It's not like that's confirmed or guaranteed. Sutton plus Lockout, your bailout duo. Yeah, for sure. For sure. No more Judy in Denver. Not like that mattered last year. Who comes back to us at 118, 123? Like, do we want to go on RB in that range? Not typically. 118. I don't mind bringing in Mike Willie here. Also could be a Njoku click. Could also be a Njoku click. Could also go running back here too. And part of the reason that I think running back here is fine, even though we have 2, we can go James Conner and then, excuse me, and then on the way back around, we can bring up like Brandon Cooks for this bring back with Philly for week 17. So that's an option. We're going to hope at running back that we either get maybe a fall on Spears or Chase Brown. One of these 2 would be pretty ideal. And then receivers, we can bring in like Brandon Cooks for that bring back play. I don't mind where Josh Downs goes. A lot of people like Wicks. Does Wicks make sense in this situation? He could. A little week 17 mini in a dome game. That could make sense as well. Joshua Palmer, Myers. Who's keeping Judy at this price? Is anyone clicking Judy? Like over Wicks, over Brandon Cooks, over Josh Downs? Like even if Judy went behind Josh Downs, I'll start clicking him then. It's going to happen. Like Josh Downs is going to pass Judy. And where Josh Downs was going to start BBM at like 140 was like that was an actual crime in progress. So we double tap receiver. We sort of catch back up. Jefferson, Waddle, Devonta Smith, Cortland Sutton, Mike Williams. So we're not like relying heavily on Mike Williams being healthy to even start the season. Evan Ingram at tight end, Pacheco Montgomery. Let's see. Dobbs off the board at 108. Shaheed goes off at 106. This is the go get your boy season. Yeah, Shaheed's rising still. ADP down to 110.9. Whoa. Wow. Jordan Love at 109. Damn. Little 15-pick slide in the morning. If we went C-Watt, where we went David Montgomery, or where? No, we could have gone C-Watt instead of Evan Ingram. We probably would have brought in Love at 94 or 99. So gets him at 109. Honestly, feels like a much better price. Like Jaden Daniels, in my opinion, has a chance to pass Love before NFL kickoff. Ooh, I was going to say, is Singletary going to fly back to us? But Shock made sure that was not an option. So this 0 RB start for Shock, he brings in Tony Pollard at 104, gets Devin Singletary at 113. It's really falling nice to Shock right now. I'm really liking this start for him. There goes our bring back play with Brandon Cooks. There goes Joshua Palmer, who I would have liked for our build. And there goes Wicks. We do get Tajay Spears. Do we want... I guess one of Myers or Josh Downs is fine. And maybe we go Chase Brown over Spears just for the bye week. Well, bye week tie. And maybe if Tajay Spears falls back to us, we need a receiver here. Let me check the next pick. 142. All right, good. So not even an option. Okay. Sort of have an idea what we want to do on the way back around. Hey, Andrew Berg in the house says, in the 12 hole, I hate my team. Yeah. In a Pounders heavy draft room, in the 12 spot is tough. You basically have to take what the room gives you. But shit, Jordan Love at 109 with Dobbs is a nice little back end. Like that fell at you really well. Oh my God, we get punished here. I didn't see this coming. So now maybe this is a spot where we click Judy. Like I'm really only clicking Judy when Downs and Myers is off. Do we get anything by bringing in Gus Edwards here? What's his bye week? 5? Let's bring in Gus Edwards. We'll double tap receiver on the way back around, which makes me feel a little better that we went receiver last time. Could have brought in T-Law there too, but I really want to lean into Hurts. I don't mind bringing in like JJ McCarthy with this team where we invested so much in Justin Jefferson. We invested so much in Jalen Hurts. I don't have a ton of Gus, so at 123 feels like a pretty decent mix in. Yeah, Myers definitely over Judy. He was just off the board. Myers went off one pick before. Myers and Downs. I have Myers ranked in like the 111 range. Yeah, this room is plus EV. I can't wait to see everyone's teams. You seem like they're going really well. Hey, Jeremy says, saw you in the draft and hopped on the stream for the first time. Let's go. This is like a random morning draft too. Jeremy, let's see if we can figure out what's Jeremy's team name. Right here. Jeremy in the 11 spot. Badged up. Garrett Wilson, Drake London, Cooper Kupp. I love the Garrett Wilson London start. Even though it's bye week 12 heavy, who cares? I love that start. Cooper Kupp, Trey McBride, James Cook, Worthy, Rice, Warren, Trey Benson, Curtis Samuel. So far, so good. Might be a 3 QB team. Brings in Zeke. I don't really mind the Zeke click with this team, especially like Jalen Warren. You're expecting to maybe disappear for a certain amount of weeks, but have his spikes. Trey Benson. Maybe you have an injury to Connor. Maybe he starts slow because he's a rookie, still earning that role. But I think Zeke makes a lot of sense with this pairing of RBs. Schultz at 132. Pairs him with Stroud and Tank Dell. Berg, you're having a good draft, man. I'm not even just saying that. Gibbs, Mixon, and Najee. The receivers. Receivers, you're definitely going to have to catch up, but yeah, you're praying that some of your guys fall to you at 156. And J-Dub says I'm not messing around. I'm getting Burton. Oh shit. This is kind of the worry. When they go off the CSV ranks. Ooh, okay. Lloyd at 138. Tua off the board at 139 to Frank. He said, F that correlation. Okay. Here I think we're going to bring up Roman Wilson. Can we go Chubb here and just be done at running back? Chubb's going to fall, though. He's going to fall. But how far? Like, do we have, and how much do we have for closing line value if Chubb falls? Right? You get negative news later in the offseason. This looks like it's 20 picks of value, but what if he falls to 135? Then it's like 7 picks and we don't really need a running back on this team. So in hindsight, it could be, in my opinion, a bad pick for this current team. Matt, welcome to the live stream, says Chubb Ford correlates with Waddle week 17. Yeah. Little mini there. It's just... Ooh, Ford actually goes off before Chubb. If Chubb comes back to us at 147, we'll probably click him, but I'm also okay with just going another receiver here too. I mean, now they're just taunting us at this point, right? And with the week 17 in mind, I would probably rather have Chubb than Jerome Ford. And we have enough early touches that we could house Chubb anyways on this team. We can house those Chubbs. Yeah, 147 feels pretty good here. To pair with like floor guys like Monty and Gus Edwards, and then you have a spike week guy in Chase Brown. We have Pacheco to bring in Nick Chubb. It's an interesting room for sure. I think we caught up at receiver too. Jefferson, Waddle, Smith, Cortland Sutton, Mike Williams, Roman Wilson. We're obviously going to need to add 2 more to that room. Hopefully we can stop at 2 tight ends if we get someone we're comfortable with. I think even with like Noah Fant, you can make the argument that we could stop at 2. And then 2 QBs. I don't even think we really need another running back. Can add a 6. Like this can easily be a 2-6-8-2, or this can be a 2-5-9-2, 2-5-8-3. And I think we're gonna have a little luxury pick at the end here. So we'll see what happens in this room. Yeah, no, it's definitely, even if he starts, like, let's say he starts very slow. Let's say he misses the first 4 weeks. Let's say the next 6 weeks, like he's whatever, 40% snap share, 50% snap share. This is a pick for the playoff weeks on this specific team. Like if I don't grab Chubb here, like I don't know when I would draft him, to be honest. So even if I'm definitely out on price because he's falling, but 147 feels pretty decent. Yeah. James is not sure Chubb even returns this season. I think when you get that news that he's going to miss time, you're going to see about a 12 to 16 pick fall, like at least. So it's just how much more can he fall? Let's say you get news that he's going to miss 4 games. Not guaranteed. I could see Ray Davis going in front of him. But like some of these guys, if I knew that Nick Chubb was going to miss 4 games, I would still rather take that shot on Nick Chubb's end of season upside over like Ty Chandler's. Let a man dream. 500 drafts, 0 Chubb. That's good because his ADP is gross. We have Mims here. Could open up a little double for Denver. Also opens up another QB, Bo Nix. I don't mind Antonio Gibson here too. We'll bring in Mims. Don't have a ton of Mims, and receivers are falling off pretty quick. Corley could have been interesting. Yeah, the receivers are going to fall off fast here. Juwan Johnson, same bye week. I think we might just have to reach up and get our guy. Let me see how much Nick Chubb we have pre-NFL draft, because it's not going to be a lot. Yeah. Pre-NFL draft, we had 2%. And that's including all drafts. So I'm right there with you. Like, I still think he's a faller, but J5704 in the house says morning streams. Yeah, you gotta diversify. You gotta diversify. We just say, fuck those bye weeks. All right. Bye week 12. We might stop with 2 still. We might stop here with the 2 tight ends. Not overly worried about bye week overlap at the tight end position. Try to avoid it when we can, but Noah Fant over Juwan Johnson. I think you can make a case, but let's grab Juwan. Michael Wilson off the board. And this is a range. Like, if you need receivers, you're just like, you're beside yourself. You're absolutely beside yourself. I don't mind Demarcus Robinson from like a floor standpoint. Same thing with Douglas. But not the spot you want to be in. QB's coming around to us. We can do JJ McCarthy. We can go Bo Nix with this double in Denver. So we have some pretty nice options at the end here. No matching bye week, which helps. One more receiver. I have someone in mind. We'll see if they come back. And 3 picks. So again, this is just a balanced score. This is how I like to build out my BBMs. Nice and balanced here. Stars in the house, early in the AM. Appreciate you showing up, bro. It's funny to see all of the new YouTube members. There's so many. There's going to be so many spoons in the chat. And I forgot to drop some spoons. But like this Jalen Hurts stack, starting 3 receivers with Jefferson, Waddle, and then Devonta Smith, and getting Hurts to come back to us was that was definitely worth some spoons. See who's on there for running backs. Khalil and Rashawn. which are 2 of my comfy clicks. So I don't mind if they get stolen from us. Bobby says goal is 1,000 drafts. Yeah. That's cool. So yeah, so you can do a little less DFS. Is that basically what you're saying? A little less dailies. Last year we hit around 900 drafts. Noah Fant goes to J Dubs. And again, I don't think we necessarily need a running back, but we don't need a third QB. Can make the argument, I guess, for a third tight end. Frank brings in the correlation with Tua with Jonnu. Like, Rashawn's here, man. Rashawn's here. And I know Braylon Allen's rising. Are we honestly going to be clicking Braylon Allen in front of Rashawn? I sort of find that tough. I find that tough. Oh shit. All right, we got 2 picks left. One's going to be a receiver, one's going to be a QB. You got Levis still on the board at 181. Where'd Chig go? Chig went at 189. See, that could have been interesting because if we were tested with Chig on the board and Levis falling to 181, I mean, we probably would have went Levis with the hope to stack Chig, whether that's right or wrong. Ooh, the random JJ McCarthy third QB with, he's got Addison. Now I'm tempted to just push Bo Nix and just go get Jalen Tolbert here. It's a Week 17 bring back stack for our Jalen Hurts, Devonta Smith stack in one of the higher point total games on the week, 48.5 points. Let's push off our QB2 because why not? Let's live a little bit. We're done at wide receiver. We're going to stick here with the same bye week tight ends with Ingram and Juwan Johnson bye week 12. Didn't need the 6th running back, but I think it's a luxury pick. I'm curious what you guys think on bringing in Rashawn here versus just grabbing a third tight end. I don't think it's a 9th receiver, but I could be wrong. Levis goes off the board at 196. I honestly don't mind one of these guys too. Like, we do have Roman Wilson, so we'd have a little Pittsburgh. We have a little Pittsburgh security blanket in case someone like, where's the Troy Franklin drafter? I guess that's maybe something we should have looked at. Oh, we suck. We suck. Maybe he goes Daniel Jones. He brings in Estime. I still don't mind it. I don't really care who the QB2 is here. Obviously, we want Bo Nix for the double, but it won't completely break my heart. If we can get Daniel Jones, even Russell Wilson, we need to cover this by week 5. Can Daniel Jones stay healthy for 5 weeks? Can he keep his job for 5 weeks? Daniel Jones uncorrelated? No way. He's hit so many times uncorrelated, though. He's hit so many times. All right, do your pain. Do the pain thing. There's the Knicks draft. That's crazy, though. And that's why you look ahead. Not that I don't think it really changes what we do. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. But then who are we looking at for receivers? Our last pick would be, if one of these two come back to me, I would have definitely rather gone Bo Nix first. I think we would have the option of one of these two. God damn. All right. We'll go Jones first, and then we'll put Wilson. There's no guarantee that May's playing by week 5, so I do think it's tough with. Although I do like May, and I like bringing him in with like Josh Allen squads, especially because you're getting a later bye week. This guy's not going QB. We get Daniel Jones with the last pick. It's not all that bad. We don't have any New England correlation anyways. Giants, Indy. All right, naked Daniel Jones. It's really not that bad. All right, how many likes do we hit? Are we doing a second draft this morning? Oh, shit. 43 likes. The boys like the morning drafts. Let's jump right into it. Let's try to get some of you guys that are in the live stream in this draft. Oh, fuck me. I was hoping like +3, +4, +10, +10. Just remember, it's minus EV to jump in with me. Oh shit! I don't think that's scaring anyone. All right, let's have a peek at those drafts as well as that last one's being fired up. This is a Bagels. BBM5 live. Was it 6'6"? 6'7"? I even know the date, guys. 6'7". Holy smokes. All right. Al Boogs in the one spot. Jane Daniels, Young, and Carr. Fun entry point when Jane Daniels brings in 2 late value QBs. McCaffrey, Mostert, Corum, Ford, and Bucky. I like that as well. A little 10-pick slide on Ford. Nico, Evans, McLaurin, Deontay Johnson, J-Mo, Josh Downs. Some snipes in here, Boogs. There's some snipes in here, man. Mooney and Wandale with Mark Andrews and Sanders. Really sick team. Let's bring in Shock in the 8 spot with Josh Allen and Mahomes. Tony Pollard, Singletary, Eckler, Charbonnet, Ray Davis, and Chuba. Puka, Debo, Ladd, Christian Watson, Tyler Lockett. I like the Tyler Lockett reach up here because you're in a dead zone. If you wait on receiver, it gets a little dangerous. Slayton as the next receiver is tough for me, though. And was this an auto, Shock? Was Mahomes an auto? Or you're just trying to make it work? I do like stopping with these 2 tight ends. King of Kings with Tua, Justin Herbert, and Jacoby Brissett? What is this, weekly winners? Maybe he's hoping for the Jacoby Brissett play in week 17? That's crazy. One sec. We'll come back to it. I just want to make sure we don't miss a pick. So many slows. Actually seeing a good amount of cash game slows too. Let me show you this $50 slow that is... Like, this is why you do cash games, fellas. 1, 2, 3, 4 badgeless, 5 badgeless, 6, 7, 8 badgeless, and a $50 12-person slow. Like, just seems really, really, really plus EV to me. We get a Monra at 6. We have a ton of Bijan, so We're good with that. All right, back to King of Kings. The Jacoby Brissett click is wild. Taylor, Kamara, Stevenson, Connor, and Bigsby. I like the RB room. Get like a 9-pick slide on Kamara. You get a fall on JT. You get a fall on Stevenson. Like, this is like the auto draft room right here. Chase, DJ Moore, Amari Cooper, D-Hop, Palmer, Leggett, Corley, and Wilson. I like the receivers. Nice little floor play, or maybe high floor in with the Chargers this year, but to kind of house some of these rookies early is nice. Kincaid and Jonnu is a fun pairing. Shock says he got sniped on the KC receivers. Makes sense. Let's see. Who else was in this room? J Dubes. J Dubes in the 10 spot with the late Bo Nix snipe, but I should have looked ahead. It's just like, what are the chances? Like, you have 2 of the 3 pass catchers in Denver. What are the chances that the Troy Franklin drafter needs a QB? And that's why you double check. K-Walk, Swift, Robinson, Kendre, and Estime. That's a fun room. It's a fun room. AJ Brown, Harrison, DK, T. Higgs, Rashid Shaheed, Burton, Troy Franklin, and Zay Jones. And Pitts, Komet, and Fant. So he gets a little looks like he gets a luxury pick here at tight end. I'd rather spend it at running back just because of, I think, the ceiling that you can unlock is a little higher than adding Fant to the Kyle Pitts commit room. But let's see, Chicago. It's not a bring back for week 17. It's not a bring back for week 16. I don't mind it. We have Jeremy at the 11. Let's see. We're up in one pick. This can't be the top of the board, right? In the second round, this is the actual top of the board. What if this becomes normal, though? Like, I don't want to do it if it becomes normal. And I think it has a better chance of becoming normal than Mike Evans. So let's bring Mike Evans in at this spot. We'll just drag him to a little different spot of the draft. This should be... does Evans fall to 30, though? Maybe. I'm not too worried about the earlier drafters because it's only 20% full. And where did Evans start? Let's have a peek here. And this is what is so good about this website, too. Is like, you can come here and see... Okay, Evans started at about 26. So where ADPs move the fastest right on contest open, he probably moved down pretty quickly. And as like a steady riser, I doubt he fell to 30 all too much. So I don't overly mind it, but don't want to do it too much. Debo would be my normal click there, but shit, I think we have 30% Debo right now. Yeah, Albook says no, he rarely does. And yeah, it's because he is one of those guys that's rising, so. Really tough to get Mike Evans at 30. Yeah, try again, Chump. Shout out to Try Again, Chump. Shock at 3 again. Berg. Yep, Berg here at 5. J-Dubs at 8. And Ben at the 12. Ben gets the butt. He gets A.J. Brown and Garrett Wilson as a start. What a gift. 40, I missed the GM, but GM. What a gift. This is a start you could get any day you wanted at the start of the big board. And then after about 2 weeks, it was very tough to get. Devonta Smith, Devontae Adams, and Tyreek Hill. See who we get coming back to us. Berg in the live stream. We can't give anything away. It's like being at the poker table. The metagame's got to be strong. We want Michael Pittman. All right, goes Kyron. We're going to bring in DK here. Going to bring in DK for a little Monra Mike Evans DK start. Feels good. Feels good today. That feels like the sweet spot on a Friday morning. Pittman goes one pick after. We saw DK have a ceiling game last year. Now, it was overall probably a down year for spike weeks for DK. But I'm excited about Seattle for this upcoming season. And DK, he still has that elite ceiling. To get him in the third round feels pretty good. Let's have a peek. Let's bring it up. Half point PPR. He finished as wide receiver 1 twice. One of those games was 34 points. The other one, yeah, he really did have a down year last year, but so did Geno and the Seattle offense as a whole. Lockett. But what DK is going to give you is those steady wide receiver 2 numbers with those random spike weeks. And he does have that elite ceiling. The fact that DK and Pittman go back to back is, oh my, 3 RBs followed by a Rich. What is happening? An early rake payer, We appreciate you. But guys, if you just joined us, go down, slap the like on the live stream. It's gonna help us get to our goal of 2,000 subscribers before NFL kickoff. And if we can get it done, we're gonna be doing a 24-hour live stream, and I'll make sure it's one of the most fun streams you've ever seen. Ooh. Did we just click Jalen Hurts here? At 43, we can bring in Goddard later. I mean, let's just make it work. Back-to-back drafts with Hurts. Someone I have to catch up on percent-wise anyways in my portfolio, so getting him back-to-back drafts after ADP seems good to me. Let's see what our percent is. Yeah, we are behind. We're at 6.9% after the last draft, so this should bring us to over 8%. Catching up on players that you want to be in on, like Jalen Hurts, I want to be in on. So to get at field after ADP feels good. Avalanche. Avalanche is in full effect. What do we got? We got pissers in the room. Oh yeah, Ben. Ooh. AJ Brown, Garrett Wilson, Tank Dell, and T. Higgs. 3 bye week 12s, if I'm not mistaken. You said fuck bye week 12. No, AJ Brown's 5. That's right. AJ Brown's 5. Drake London's 12. Fun start. Yeah. Still have to, after this next pick, we'll, fuck it. We could probably pull one up right now. This is Jeremy's team from the last draft. Kirk, Stafford, and Rodgers. I like that triple pairing. Doesn't have the highest ceiling. I would like to see one ceiling QB in the mix, but definitely could be really good values. This is the veteran crew right here. James Cook, Warren, Benson, Elliott, CEH, and Tyrone Tracy, Garrett Wilson, London, Kupp, Worthy, Rice, Curtis Samuel, Luke McCaffrey with McBride and Conklin. I like that pairing. I like the receivers. It's really good. It's got really good allocation of just draft capital and very balanced. Double KC receivers, though. Punishing the Mahomes drafter. Here we do have correlation with Terry for week 16. It's either that or Kincaid, right? Fuck it. Let's do an elite QB with an elite tight end. Kincaid's another player that it's probably a hole in my portfolio. Yeah, it is. I'll admit, I do not have enough Kincaid. We'll bring in Kincaid here, 54. And how much Pitts do I have? Actually, not that much. 10%. I thought that'd be higher. But we're only 29 BBMs in, too. I think Pitts has room to rise. All these tight ends, Sam Laporta through Kyle Pitts. I do think that is the range where one of those guys can finish tight end 1 overall. If you want to mix Kittle in there, Kittle could have some crazy weeks that alone boosts him into the top 3. 170 points, and he had... How many games did he play last year, too? I feel like he missed a couple. And he does feel like he misses a couple every year because he'll be playing and he'll just legit be blocking. Yeah. He only missed week 18 last year. But that's 170 points in 16 weeks. So, pretty damn good. I think everyone's trying to find the cliff for some of these older tight ends, and Kelsey and Kittle. Mark Andrews returning from injury, which this is why I kind of can't get behind the Zay Flowers rising in ADP. It's like he's going to have more target competition, and Zay Flowers wasn't getting a lot of targets last year. Like, he was making it work because he's an explosive player off limited targets, but shit, Baltimore's offense just, the ADP, that's expensive. It's expensive. He's like, I get it. He's like the discount Olave in an offense that wants to run the ball, though. Okay, so we get RBs falling to us. This wouldn't be a bad spot to bring in White at 67. I also like Mixon here. Let's bring in White because the White exposure is going to be pretty low too, I think. Yeah, that's my first share of Rachaad White in BBM. So at 67, we piss for a little bit. We go elite QB. We bring in Kincaid. We bring in Rachaad White. Keeping it balanced, boys. Keeping it balanced. So yeah, Jeremy had well-correlated squad in that last draft. Rashee Rice not playing. Let's say he doesn't play the first 6 games. I think he has plenty of capital. But by week 6 could be tough with Wilson, London, Curtis Samuel, McCaffrey. But he only has 1 RB on bye week 12, but it's his number 1 guy. Bye week 6 would kind of suck for him. Bye week 12 could kind of suck too, but he'll have Rice back by then. So that makes sense. It's a nice team. I like going 3 late QBs. And then the last draft, a little hyper fragile with 4 RBs. Gibbs, Mixon, Harris, and Ty Chandler. Kind of leaning into Ty Chandler here being a good value. Stroud and Love at 109. I saw he got to correlate that. Ayuk, Tank Dell, JSN, Dobbs, Davis, Polk, Robinson, Devontae Walker, Dortch, and DJ Chark. I mean, you definitely have enough here. After I grab Robinson, I'm probably not going to bring in Greg Dortch. Just give me another ceiling type player in that range. Give me even like a McMillan, to be honest. But Kelsey and Schultz, strong at tight end. The one spot with CMC, Waddle, Neighbors, Trey McBride, Ridley, JSN, and Kenneth Walker at 73. Fuck. Goddamn. We're going back in on the bagel, boys. We're going back in on the bagel. Come on, Shock. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? And Jeremy drafted Shock's team. That's hilarious. He goes Ingram. All right. Come on. Come on, baby. Ah, fuck. I wanted one of Rice or... Ralph, welcome to the live stream. How do you get the week 15, 16, 17 to show up on this page? Is it an app? Yeah, we're going to have something release. Nice. Okay, so we do get a little Deontay Johnson share. Have a website releasing either tonight or tomorrow. So just stay tuned for that. Also have the game spreads that show if you scroll over, if you hover over. Just nice little touch. All right, we're bringing Deontay Johnson right on ADP. Someone that's just getting positive coach speak, so trying to get ahead of the ADP rise. I mean, we already have before this, we already had 17%. So now it probably goes up to like 20%. But if he rises to a spot where I don't want to draft him, I just want to make sure I have a decent amount of him before that happens. And he's been a steady riser, right? Johnson, from where he started, Deontay Johnson started at 68. Yeah, he started like 82. Too many tabs. Jonathan Brooks off at 84. Ben bringing in his first running back. It looks like the 11 spot might be going Ferguson and... No, he needs a receiver, dudes. This guy's got a 1-3. Oh my God. I was going to say, is he going to go Fergie and Dak? He's got 2 receivers through 8 rounds. He doesn't pick for like 18 picks. Lord have mercy on this man's draft. Oh, it's going to be ugly on the way back around, sir. It is going to be ugly. Oof. Thank you for your $25 donation to Underdog today. Fuck, man. This Joe Burrow price. Come on. Someone click Joe Burrow. Fuck. I can't. I wish we had Higgins here. Let's grab Tyler Lockett here. God damn. Oop. That was wild. I want to look up my Lockett exposure. I know it's crazy. Yeah. Oh my God. 31% so far in BBM Lockett, which is only 8. It's only 9 shares. 9 out of 29. Now 10 out of 30. So 33%. But we reach up for him here. He's going to go at this ADP anyways pretty soon. You can see him just rising because there's just this group of running backs and QBs and some tight ends that some receivers are going to be pulled up to this range. It's like when we called the Deontay Johnson rising from pick 105 to this range, and then he actually blew it. He blew past it. That's the same way I see Tyler Lockett. It's like Deontay Johnson's price in the big board. If you guys remember that. Yeah, let Burrow fall to the 12. Burrow goes at 96. The Chase team's like, I'm all set at 93. Like, why? I get it. You bring in Lamar, but he's actually very balanced. Elite QB, elite tight end. He's got his 2 running backs. He's got 4 receivers. Even like he didn't have to go Swift here. He could have made Burrow work. Lamar has a bye week 14. Yeah, different bye weeks. Like that would have been fine. Yeah, I think even if Gino shows us what he did last year, this following year, it's going to be fine for DK's price. It's going to be fine for Lockett's price. We want James Conner to come back to us. Doesn't happen. Zach Moss off the board. I think this is where we just go Singletary. We're going to lean into Gino for this team. Damn, another bye week 11. All right, let's go Robinson here. Let's go Robinson. We'll make the split. We'll make the split decision on the bye week matching. Not used to having Rachaad White. That's why, and you could tell. You could tell. Yeah, a lot of positive speculation about the new OC in Seattle with Gino, and I mean they definitely have the weapons. Last year we saw them run a ton of 3 wide receiver sets. I think that's one of the biggest things about where Charbonnet goes is like we don't know how they're going to use the running backs too. Hey Jeremy, follow me on the Twitter machine. Appreciate you, dude. Appreciate you. I see you. Yeah. This draft tool is going to look a lot different, though. I think some of you guys might have seen it earlier with like the parentheses and the underlining and just kind of really highlighting the correlation. So it's nice and easy to see. Numi in the house. What's up, brother? Congratulations again. Didn't get a chance to congratulate you on the Mirage. A true GM. Yeah, we're getting after it. Nice and early today. And I hear everyone's being super productive at work. We are going to be live with Numi, of course, part of the Badge Bros. It's going to be live later tonight with Nez at 9:15 p.m. So make sure you have the bell on for notifications for that one. Paid GM. Is this the first draft of the morning? This is the second draft. Did we do a third one? If we get to 75 likes, that's 21 likes away. If we get to 75 likes, we'll do a third draft. Ooh. We have options. It kills me to not go RB here, but let's just bring in Goddard for the correlation. Kills me to not click Singletary there. That's weird. That just sounds weird. All right. We can hit this range of RB. We're probably going to need 3 of these guys by Chuba Hubbard, let's say, or Bucky, or Herbert. Just keep extending it. And then we're pretty good at receiver. With Amon-Ra, Mike Evans, DK, Deontay Johnson, Lockett, we don't really have to worry about QB until Gino at 174. And realistically, who's going to be targeting Gino early? So, of course, Gino falls directly at ADP. We're not reaching for him. If Gino falls to us here, at this point in the draft, we'll take a peek on these teams that go behind us. Because someone could still go Gino and then Noah Fant. So that's a worry, but that's really the only stack that we're worried about. Charbonnet drafter is to our... Oh yeah, he's not even off the board yet. So we'll see. A couple things to check up on. Ant says, just got in, recap the team, can't see it. So we went with Jalen Hurts at pick 43, Rachaad White at 67, first share of Rachaad White and BBM, Brian Robinson Jr., Amon-Ra, Mike Evans, DK, Deontay Johnson, Tyler Lockett, Kincaid, and Goddard. So done at tight end, stopping at 2 QBs. Hopefully we can bring in this Geno double stack. Maybe we get like a Rashawn Johnson or a Khalil Herbert bring back for Chicago. And we always have, we can lean on the Tolbert bring back again for the Philly. or we can bring in like Zeke or Rico as well. Brandon Cook's off the board again. See who Berg in the live stream picking right before us at 5. Jefferson, Olave, Kyron, Travis Kelce, Mahomes, nice little stackaroo. DeAndre Hopkins, Christian Watson. I like what he did here for taking a detour away from receiver. Still getting his 4 receivers by Watson. That Watson Deontay range feels pretty good. Yeah, he goes Palmer. Super smart click for his squad. This makes me want to go Josh Downs here. We don't absolutely need to. Oh man, let's just bring in Zeke. The click never feels good. It never feels good. But in this case, he is a bring back for our Philly stack. And it's on a team where he's our 3rd running back. In this situation, I think it makes decent sense. Schultz off the board at 129. Jared Goff. Jared Goff would have been another stack for Amon-Ra, but I want to lean a little heavier into Jalen Hurts here. Just where we need to catch up at running back. Like this is a good spot because we can hit this RB. This is like the perfect spot to be sort of hitting on those like 0 RB builds and trying to hit the nuts on a few of these players in this range. And then it would have been nice to get Downs there, but there's a couple guys. And we're strong at receiver, right? Amon-Ra, Mike Evans, DK, Jonathan Johnson, Tyler Lockett. We're pretty comfortable with this crew. Pretty comfortable bringing in a couple rookies with this team. Done at tight end. I think Zeke was the safer click and correlated. Deuce Vaughn incoming 18th round. Ant says Zeke over Tolbert any day. Oh, Jermaine Burton again off the board at 134. Back-to-back drafts in the 130s, like early 130s. Not overly surprising. But where are we at on the sub train? Holy smokes. Thank you, boys. 1494. We are 6 away from the 1500. And it was a 218 sub month. If we kept this pace, we'd be at like 2,300 subs at NFL kickoff. And there's only more people coming back to fantasy football right now. So it really looks like that 24-hour live stream is not like, it's not like some unfathomable thing. It's actually, we're ahead of schedule based on the pace we're doing right now. Kendry's a bye week 12. Kendry feels good here. Let's bring in Kendry Miller, making the bet against Kamara. Could have gone Eckler here too, but like with Brian Robinson, feels so gross. Feels so gross. Rather just make the bet on B-Rob and grab someone from a different offense. So far, so good. So far, so good. Got to check the Kendra exposure here. This will eventually have exposure. Like it's all done and server's just up for maintenance right now. So I'll have the player exposures to your roster, which is so nice. So you don't have to go into your exposures and like type it all in and look at it. It's so annoying. All right, 12% Kendra. And that's big if you stress just portfolio balance. Yeah, Eckler at 143s. Pretty good. I will say it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Third time Eckler versus B-Rob. So this is interesting. At 143, if I knew I could have got Eckler at 139 even, I won't go B-Rob at 102. Of course. You just don't know you're going to get that fall. But can Eckler basically spell B-Rob in the red zone? And that's the question you have to ask yourself. No one's going to know until we see it live. Week 1 to start the season. Okay, Roman Wilson off the board. Whoa, Rashad Bateman 145. We don't know what the usage is going to be like in the red zone. And obviously, you need B-Rob to get his 6 touchdowns to be worth it in this range. And there's also Jane Daniels competition for potential red zone touches. Maybe this is a range to bring in Polk. Yeah, definitely. Certainly feels like it. I do like Polk at the end of this range of receivers. I'm just typically waiting for Roman Wilson, typically clicking Burton, so I don't really have an opportunity to bring in too much Polk, but this seems like the correct spot. Oh, no handcuffing. Like, not bringing in both. That's why when I saw we had Brian Robinson, it's like, yeah, not in this offense especially. There's some offenses that I don't mind it. Washington, we don't expect to be like some super overpowered team where they're going to be putting up a ton of points. And the other problem is, in this archetype offense, when you have a rushing QB that could be stealing rushing touchdowns, that becomes a problem for at least one of the running backs, if not both. So, like Miami, when you have a super explosive offense, it can get there. We've seen it get there, but also depends on the price of the running backs too. Everyone's skipping. We passed on Thielen last night at like 196. But that was a weekly. To be fair, it was a weekly winners draft, so little different. Shoot for the ceiling. And maybe he just starts the season fresh again. We saw that last year. He was really fresh to start the season, and then he kind of aged. We saw him age in real time. 5 picks away. 5 picks away. Zingy goes Corley. And Corley's been sneakily climbing up the draft board too, if you guys have noticed. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. I like Antonio Gibson here. I also don't mind the Chuba click, Bucky Irving. Let's bring in Antonio Gibson, though. We could be done at running back if we needed to be. I think we have plenty of floor, potential ceiling. Not the highest ceiling running back squad, so one more maybe at the end of the draft could be good for the squad. We're looking to bring in Geno with the next click for that double stack. No one should be taking Geno without Lockett and Metcalf before ADP, especially. How about these teams to our right for QBs? This team's got 2. This team's got 2 with Purdy and T-Law. J-Dubs has 2 with Daniels and Goff. This team has 2 with Love and Watson. Allen and Staffy should be done. A-Rich and Dak definitely should be done. And Ben with 2 with Caleb and Kirk, but I'm not convinced he won't bring in a third with that pairing. Oh my God. Is this guy in the live stream? Show yourself. Oh, I've Kenneth Walker. I have to bring in Gino. It's correlated. I just did the try again, Trump. That's what he is. That was him. We got Geno Smith naked the other day at 204. He takes him willingly naked at 169. Oh, shit. All right. We do have some good backstacks here still. We can go Bryce Young here with Deontay Johnson. We have the Baker Mayfield option. We have some good options still. It's just... you don't want to have that double in Seattle. But it's fine. This could easily be like DK Metcalf has the spike week 17. Lockett gets DK into the playoffs on a week 16 spike. DK has a bad week 16. Obviously will hurt those teams because of a week 3 or a round 3 player not having a spike week. So you can still tell a story. Tell a story we shall. Yeah, Ant wants Bryce Young. He had JSN. Completely fair. Completely fair. Levis, late too. Not really interested in Tyler Boyd. Yeah, I think we just lean into Bryce Young. In this spot, we could go to Mario Douglas too. And then this would open up. I mean, we already have Drake May as an option. Completely fair to have JSN. All right, let's open up Drake May too. He has to play by week 5. So maybe a little speculative. Is he less owned because of that? Yeah, we might be doing a third draft. This is the second one. We have a like goal of 75 likes and we'll pop into a third room. 16 likes away. So if you guys want to see a third draft, and we have how many people in the live stream? 62 on YouTube, and we have 71 on Twitter. So if you're on Twitter and you guys want to see another draft, hit the YouTube link, hit the subscribe, hit the like, and I will jump into a third room. Where's the JSN? Oh, it's 72. Yeah, I know. I like that for his team. I think that's... The Rashad Bateman at 145 is what sort of blinded me. Like, deer in headlights. I just stopped right in the middle of the road. Like, just hit me now. That's wild. To, like, not have Lamar, too, and be that in on Bateman. Hey, smooth in the one spot. What is the Bateman take? What is the Bateman take? Do you think he ends up rising to that spot? Or is this, like, are you going to be 60% plus, 80% plus on him? Just curious. Now I think we bring in Khalil Herbert here. It's the trap pick. It's the trap pick. Pat, don't do it. Just bring in Baker. Just bring in Baker Mayfield. We'll just bring in Baker Mayfield. 19 picks after ADP. We'll bring in Baker Mayfield. We pair him with Mike Evans. We pair him with Rashad White. Okay. We'll just bring in Baker. Your bias is consistent. Oh, shit. We'll stop at 2 QBs. I'm not a big Baker guy, but it makes sense where we're leaning into our second receiver, a second round pick. We have the bring back in Deontay Johnson. Like it really makes sense. He says your bias is consistent. I think the New England. I just wanted to open up another double stack, to be honest. Two more picks. I mean, our team's freaking super balanced here. So we don't need a tight end. We don't need another QB. It's going to be probably running back, receiver. This team doesn't need 2 receivers. With the Monra, Mike Evans, DK, Deontay Johnson, Tyler Lockett, Polk, and Douglas, we don't need 2 receivers. Rashad White, Brian Robinson, Zeke, Kendrick Miller, and Antonio Gibson, we could use a high upside type player. How many subs from 1,500? We're close, Adam. We're close. We're 6 subs away. We have a ton of people watching on the Twitter machine. Let's see what's the likes at? Oh shit. We're at 67. We're 8 likes away. We have 2 rounds. We have a round and a half left. Plus, we're going to be doing some reviews of the teams. We have a few teams to review. We could be getting a third draft in. And, ooh, did Braylon Allen go off? Garendo. Did Braylon Allen go off? Oh, he went off at 189. All right, we're bringing in Foreman here. It was Foreman or Elijah Mitchell. Probably would have rathered Elijah Mitchell as a little mini between him and Amon-Ra. Looking back at it, but do we have any? Yeah, that could have been a decent split decision there between those two, but I'm not too mad about it. Last receiver. Who do you guys like as a last round pick at receiver? Who are your scroll down guys? Tolbert, if he's still on the board, will be a little week 16 dome game with Tampa Bay. And it's also a week 17 matchup for Philly. That would be ideal to get 2 correlated playoff weeks with 2 different QBs. It's okay. It's not supposed to be that easy in the morning. Turpin. Can't we just wait on Turpin, though? Anaya Smith. Has he beat out Johnny Wilson? I think we have to wait a little more news on camp for Anaya Smith or Johnny Wilson. I don't want to be drafting too many zeros this time of the year. I'd rather lean into Hyatt, Elijah Moore, Rondell Moore, even DJ Chark. Do. Who do you guys like out of this group? I know some people are gonna say Khalif Raymond, but I can't do Khalif Raymond with Amon-Ra. Yeah, we're gonna go Rondell. We'll bring in Rondell Moore. Get some leverage on some elite pieces too in Atlanta. We have the Washington mini with Brian Robinson and Rondell Moore week 17, but week 17. But I like to cycle between these last round guys though. Even A.T. Perry in that mix, Elijah Moore. DJ Shark when it's correlated. We had some week 17 correlation here. I feel like I'm bringing in DJ Shark a little more when I have Herbert for some reason. Getting up there in age. How old is DJ Shark? He's going to be 28 to start the season. Tolbert would have been super ideal. Adam says, why is Josh Reynolds going undrafted? Right there, we couldn't bring in... I don't know. I don't think Josh Reynolds is really like the sexiest pick right now. We don't know what his role is going to be. It's the Denver offense. You have just a bunch of like random pieces in Denver right now. Sutton, Franklin, Mims. Like, we don't really know what the splits are going to be. Like, is Tim Patrick playing football this year? Reynolds. And Reynolds sort of seems like more of the floor option to me. I don't know. I think at the end of the drafts, you want to be shooting a little higher for ceiling on most of your teams. Let's name this one too before we forget. And the date. All right. We ended up with Jalen Hurts and Baker Mayfield, with Rashad White, Brian Robinson Jr., Zeke, Kendre, Antonio Gibson, and Donta Foreman. With Amon-Ra, Mike Evans, DK Metcalf, Deontay Johnson, Tyler Lockett, Polk, Douglas, Moore, Kincaid, and Goddard. Definitely a balanced team. A lot of the rookies went early in this room. Shock in the 3 spot, Kyler Murray and Tua. Fun pairing. Kyler at 94. Oh. Travis Etienne, Pacheco, James Conner. I like that. I like that triplet right there. Pacheco at 51, Etienne at 46. Chuba Hubbard and Rashawn Johnson with Tyreek Hill, Adams, Smith, McConkey, Brandon Cooks, Roman Wilson off a full round early, Mooney, Greg Dortch, Ingram, Conklin, and Johnny Smith. I think that's a very well correlated and balanced team. Ton of touches at running back. He went and got his guy. Reached up and went and got Roman Wilson. Try again, chump. Yeah, I thought this name was familiar. In the 1 spot, Joe Burrow, Geno Smith, and Derek Carr brings in the 3rd QB. I don't think it's right nor wrong. Like, you're getting Joe Burrow at 96, so you can lean into him being you're getting a really good value on him and go 2. And I don't think the opportunity cost is too much to bring in a 3rd here. So McCaffrey, Walker, Tony Pollard, Corum, and Garendo, with Waddle, Neighbors, Ridley, JSN, Judy, Ricky Pearsall, and Bateman. Trey McBride, Juwan Johnson, Sanders. I'm probably leaning into the 2 tight ends and then give me another receiver on this team. But again, try again, Trump very high on Bateman, bringing him in at 145. Maybe leaning into Ricky Pearsall hitting as well. I would just need, I think, 1 more receiver. I'm good with the 3 QBs. I think we can lean into Trey McBride at 48. Let's see. Berg with Mahomes and Herbert. It's a sweet pairing. 140 for Herbert, a little after ADP for Mahomes. Kyron, Jalen Warren, Zach Moss, Benson, Bucky Irving, and Khalil Herbert. Nice. Jefferson, Olave, Hopkins, Watson, Palmer. Quentin Johnson brings in that double with the Chargers, Mims, and Trey Tucker. And Kelsey and Jelani Woods. That's nice. Dude, it's not as much about like Sutton, Franklin, and Mims scary. It's more like rookie QB. Like, what's the offense going to look like? And like Josh Reynolds isn't like, I don't know, not like a sex symbol of fantasy points. J-Dubs in the 8 spot, Daniels and Goff. Little pairing of floor and ceiling. Bijan, Montgomery, Harris, Ray Davis, Elijah Mitchell, and Tank Bigsby with Marvin Harrison, Kirk, Terry Worthy, Khalil Shakir, Josh Downs at 137, Wanda and Zay Jones. And I like this pairing. This is like a common pairing, but I like it. The Laporta and Henry. You definitely have a good mix of floor and ceiling in here. Definitely have a good mix of floor and ceiling. Same thing with running backs. The only thing I'm not doing a lot of, and he gets Montgomery at 80 here, so like that's awesome. I'm not bringing a lot of Goffin with Montgomery, but again, he has Laporta here, so I'm completely good with it. It's a nice draft by J Dobes. And am I skipping over someone? I feel like I'm always missing on someone. Let me know if I missed your team. I'll go back to it. Caleb, Kirk, and Aaron Rodgers at 180. Kirk at 156. Dude, Ben was scooping in the 12 spot. And I just saw this morning. Bindy's in the live stream. Good morning, dude. This is the last team we're reviewing. Did we hit 75? We're at 72 likes. We're 3 likes away, and we'll jump into another draft. We'll see if we hit it. Oh, we have another team to review. Okay, Alex Mack. I thought that name was familiar. Jonathan Brooks, Stevenson, Chase Brown, Dowdle, Marshawn Lloyd, and Tyler Algier. I like this crew. Oh, yeah. Kind of like modified 0 RB. Like Jonathan Brooks is RB what? He's RB 24. So it's like right on the fringe of a 0 RB build, but he double taps in this range, which I like a lot. So yeah, very wide receiver heavy to start. AJ Brown, Garrett Wilson, Tank Dell, T. Higgs, Keenan Allen, Devontae, and Jalen McMillan. So doesn't overspend at wide receiver, but I think definitely has enough. And then Pitts and Fant is a fun pairing. Yeah, that deserves some spoons. That was a really nice draft from Ben. And then Alex Mack in the 2 spot in the live stream. Stroud and Daniel Jones. I like that pairing a lot too. I do want a certain portion of my portfolio, probably around 8%, to lean into Daniel Jones having a good season. Like just him leaning into him having a good season. 8%. I want to be at field. And I probably want to be right now. I want to be over 8%. So where am I at? I do think he rises. And I'm curious if you guys think Daniel Jones is a riser this offseason or if he falls. I just don't see a way in which he falls. So we're at 10% right now. RBs, Jacobs, Kamara, Singletary, Eckler, and Tracy. Not a big Kamara guy. I'm not a big Josh Jacobs guy. Get him at 47. I'm fine with it. Singletary, 10 picks after ADP is nice. Eckler at 143 is nice. Not the sexiest room, but he has enough touches. The Tracy click, I think we can wait on Tracy a little bit right now. Lamb, Samuel, Diggs, Coleman, Curtis Samuel, Myers, Dawson, and Luke McCaffrey. So stealing some of that Washington correlation there at the end, maybe thinks these pieces are undervalued, but has the double in Buffalo. This is Alex stealing all the stacks. I love this. Alex is stealing all the stacks from other QBs. Njoku, Hawkinson at 167 and Musgrave at 170. Definitely like the draft capital here is correct. Could be a fun team towards the end of the season if this one can get pushed through, but leaning into the Stroud Diggs connection for correlation. Baltimore bringbacks, Casey bringbacks. I don't think I saw any. And then Giants, he has Tyrone Tracy with Jones. You get McCaffrey at 194. I don't mind it. You get Dawson at 146. Like I don't blame him for really taking those two. But Coleman and Curtis Samuel, I get it too. Like Josh Allen, when he has his spike weeks, it feels like only one piece is getting there. He's just spreading the ball so much that, if you obviously have a week where Curtis Samuel and Coleman both blow up, it's probably going to be a Josh Allen week. But Adam says Hawk is a fun tight end too on a team with 3 tight ends. I agree. He is going to fall though. So what's his ADP going to fall to with more negative news? 167 is definitely in that range of like, I don't know if he falls that far. So even after the fall, this could be a decent scoop. So I do like that a lot. So I think we hit 80 likes. So we're doing another draft. Whatever gets to 3 likes or 3 comments first, we'll do. Whether it's not the sprint, I don't feel like doing the sprint, but like marathon, eliminators, weekly winners, or BBM. Whatever gets 3 comments first, we're jumping in. Captain Osimo, welcome to the live stream. Star says BBM. Max says BBM. 3 in a row. Yeah, Al Bugs with the Mastiff. See, we were waiting. I knew there was going to be some sicko in the stream that was going to say the Mastiff, and I'm not surprised it was Al Bugs. Thank you for not disappointing. But if you guys are just joining us, go down, slap the like on the live stream. If you're enjoying the content, hit the subscribe button. We'll be doing a 24-hour live stream at 2K subs. And now we are jumping into the third draft of the morning. +5. Oh, there's going to be so many people in this room. There's going to be so many people in this room. Oh, insta-full. Insta-full. Pick one. Pick one. Pick 100. We are so far. We are at the butt of the room. Give us 10. Give us 11. Oh, we're next to Go Vikes. She has our number. And Tanner. I believe Tanner's a pounder as well. Tanner, let me know if you're in here. I see Paid here with the goat horns. Shout out to my man. Jeremy at 5. Berg at 4. They got all the pounders on the back here. What the Fantasy Football Garage. Appreciate you, man. Said this is fun. High stress situations here happening in the third draft of the morning. You have to go in for another bite. Do a little mic silence for the ears here. Yeah, Tanner's in here. Tanner's in here. Ant's in here. Oh my God. We own the back of the board. We own the back of the board. Go Vikes, long time supporter, YouTube member. Not always commenting. Star? Oh shit, Star's here at 6? Oh man. Oh man. BBM and bagels, except I have a coffee and granola bars. That's still flames. That's still flames. I have a cold brew today. So day off, cold brew, a little bacon, egg, and cheese on an everything bagel, American cheese, lightly toasted. Game on. Game on. That's what you need for a three draft stream. That's the minimum. That's what's required of us. I like this spot. I like this spot because I don't mind Puka at 11 and I don't mind Garrett Wilson any day of the week. We'll bring in G Willie, and let's see what Tanner wants to do. He brings in Drake London and Olave, getting a little different. What do we want to do? What's the Gibbs shares at? Let's go to my... Yeah, it's looking like... we don't have to. Let's bring in Gibbs. Let's mix in Gibbs here, 14, with Garrett Wilson. Marvin Harrison off the board at 15. What are your guys' thoughts on Gibbs, where he's going? Are you selecting him at 14? Do you think he should go later? And what receivers would you put in front of him? I'm completely cool with Drake London at 12. That's where we have him in the CSV, 12 or 13. This playoff schedule is just insane. It's just insane. 2 away games. I mean, they have Buffalo at home in the Dome, then Chicago away, San Fran away. But San Fran, obviously, you're looking at good weather, right? Unless it's a fucking monsoon, which is possible. It's possible. Not trying to be a weatherman in June. I don't want to be that guy. I'm not that guy, pal. Sausage, egg, and cheese. Yeah, you can get on those kicks. American cheese isn't cheese. Agreed, Ben, but it's still good. Facts. Gibbs, Lions, wide receiver 2. Yeah, if they do get him more involved in the passing game, like that's not just coach speak, and seems like he'll have a very good floor. on top of a very high ceiling, and then you're thinking end of season. We already sort of saw it towards the back half of last season where he was starting to get those red zone touches. It's like, hey, Monty, like, get to the sideline, boy. And Gibbs was successful in the red zone. So 2 Gibbs out of 100 BBM5. So, and that could just be ignoring RB early take too. And I'm fine with that as well. It was very successful for us last year. Ignoring all those early RBs, ignoring Kelsey was very beneficial for our advance rates. Kind of made up for lack of Mostert, amongst other things. Montgomery slaps his value. I agree. But he doesn't need, like, he's kind of like makeshift Achane. Like, he doesn't need that many touches to have a big game. And this should be going up. It's at least going to be 45 plus. I'd say pretty easy. Let me pull up the Lions snap share early. Yeah, early in the season, like, guys, Gibbs had a very good season for a rookie when they weren't playing him a lot right away. Everyone was like screaming, like, you know, like, we want more Gibbs. Like, he's crushing it with limited playing time. Weeks 15, 16, 17, he got to around 60%. And I'm curious what he did week 7. Let me pull this up. Gibbs. Curious what he did when Montgomery was out week 7, because I feel like that was an RB3 week overall. RB2 week. Yeah, the 2 weeks that Montgomery didn't play. Gibbs was RB3 and RB2. How about week 9? I know we're on the clock. Week 9 was a bye week. Week 10, week 11. We have the option of, let's go Tank Dell. We'll reach up above Pittman for Tank Dell here. If I can pull this up. So Gibbs, like, obviously started very slow. Very slow. They're easing him in. Missed these 2 weeks of the year. The dude still puts up 210 fantasy points last year. I don't mind T. Higgs here. Yeah, well, let's go receiver. Let's go receiver. We don't know what's going to come back to us in 20 picks in a Pounders heavy room. Let's get our 3 early receivers with an early running back. As much as I like Josh Allen in the 4th round, if we don't have a running back here, I'm clicking Josh Allen there like 70% of the time. It's going to be very high. Josh Allen at 38. I don't know. I think some of the buzz of like, oh, Josh Allen lost Diggs, like, he's going to suck now. Like, dude gets there in the ground. So Diggs had a shitty end of the season anyways. So I'm not too worried about him losing Diggs. Seems like they brought in a bunch of, you know, pseudo weapons to make up for it. Pittman gets no love. Yeah, the problem I have with Pittman here is not absolutely guaranteed to get Richardson. And in this room, I think he goes earlier, not after ADP. So if I get Pittman, I really want to make that bet on A-Rich. But I get it. I just think those spike weeks are so heavily tied to A-Rich that it's kind of risky trying to get A-Rich to fall to you after ADP. Nez in the house. Good morning, my man. Excited for our stream later tonight. Noah in the house. Welcome, brother. Yeah, we're getting the morning 3 BBMs in. We got to get to so this is going to be number what, 31, 32. We're pacing. The contest is 20% full. Do some simple math. 10% of 150 is 15, 20% is 30. So if you're pacing with the contest, you would have 30 drafts in by now. My God, we are almost at the 1,500 goal. A nice little milestone. Nice little milestone. Five subbies away. So if you guys are enjoying the content and you guys like watching the one spot draft, 5 running backs in a row. Hit the sub. I am glad we have an anchor running back right now. I am glad we have an anchor running back right now. This makes me smile. This makes me happy. Pick one loves his RBs. Even if you're gonna do this, like, you could definitely stop at 4. If you're gonna bring in 5, like, you don't bring in your 5th until like way late. So no matter what, this is crazy. They're not all after ADP, are they? I think the Kyron one's before ADP. Were these all on ADP? I think these might have been all on ADP. No, where does Waddle go? Wouldn't Waddle be before? Let me have a peek at the rankings here. Waddle goes before, unless he has his own ranking set up, but be crazy to have Kyron before him. Come on, Stroud. See, yeah, A-Rich goes, but he goes to, yeah, he doesn't even go to the Pittman team. So that's the risk of going Pittman there. Is A-Rich not falling to you? And that's just room bias. Like, I know this room's probably going to be a little higher on Pittman, and we do get Stroud to fall back to us. Can we push Stroud one more pick and just select whoever we want? I don't think it matters. Let's just bring in Stroud here, and let's see what Tanner does. See what Tanner does. We're going in on the bagel. Okay, he goes Reed and Addison. I kind of just want to go Kittle here. I just want to go Kittle. I don't think I have enough Kittle, and I just like a single game ceiling anyways. Up in 20 picks, 83 and 86 is going to be that range of, you know, we're hoping we get one of these guys to fall to us. We'll see who's there. We're risking it. I don't mind risking it, though. You guys see me do it before. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Third draft of the day. We're going all in. Chips are in the middle. We're hoping for a value at wide receiver to come back to us. Has the room really hasn't adjusted with running backs? A lot of teams actually don't have their first running back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 teams don't have their first running back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Other teams, 5 other teams only have 1 running back. There's 1 team with 5 running backs and 2 teams with 2 running backs. We are all going to be targeting the same fucking range. This is going to be a bloodbath at running back in the 0 RB range. It's going to be pretty funny. And this should change the room. Especially if he continues. Like, no one knows what this man is going to do at these 2 picks at this point. So, GM, pop in the house. Pop in the house. 1. I predicted the future. Reed and Addison. Just going off Adam's ranks right here. Tanner. 16 BBMs in for Devin. Hoping I can hit 50 by the time it locks. It's a good goal. 50 is a good amount. That's more than I did my first year. David Montgomery here. Rashad White at 69. Now, the moment everyone's been waiting for, does he self-correct? He double taps. I hate that for him because we want receivers. Oh, shit. All right, we're up in 8 picks. Watch him go Burrow and Murray. Yeah, that would have been yeah, back-to-back receivers. So he's at least he's alive. He has a pulse. Look at how long this freaking username is. 3, 4, 5, 6, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 characters. Underdog. Guys. What are we doing? What are we doing here? This, like, what's the longest name you can have on Underdog? Does anyone know? I didn't know it was that long. Like 24? Team 1 is dead. Yeah, likely. They're going to win running back. They're going to fill running back with the flex every single week. It's hard to say it's completely dead just yet. It's not. You're losing a lot of points every week at the same point. You're going to be able to fill the flex with running back every week. It's tough. I would have been fine with it if he stopped at 4. This could have been Terry. If it was like Amari Cooper, that would have been even better. But this could have been like Terry, Keenan Allen, Hollywood, if that's your style. Rice off the board too. Yeah, we were hoping for either Rice or Watson to sort of fall to us, or Deontay Johnson, or they all go off, which let's put a little more pressure on the room and let's double tap RB here. Say fuck it. Go Stevenson and Harris if he comes back. Quick mute on the cough. No biggie. Pro move. Yeah, let's double tap RB here. And I don't see a real need to reach up. We do the reach up a lot on Lockett. Let's chill on that with this team. Let's hit this RB range where this team's going super heavy on running back. And let's see what comes back to us. We're gonna have to double tap receiver. Probably gonna have to go at least 3 receivers in the next 4 rounds, I would say. No need to reach up. The range is gonna come to us. Yeah. Fantasy Football Garage also likes rounds 8 and 9, prime for taking RBs. Terry says, dang, apparently I need to hit some more morning drafts. Yeah, people like they haven't had their coffee yet. Or maybe they're like mid coffee like we are. The ice is melting faster than we're drinking it. Sometimes you just need the full caffeine dose before you can draft though. This is cold brew at least, so I have a reason to be chilling. Brooks off the board, Zamir White off the board. Tyler Lockett gets pulled to 90 again. Joe Burrow is a common faller to the 90s. Almost reaches the chase team. Gets sniped by Star. Couldn't let go of Burrow at 91. Could just be an insane value. And could be using him as an advance rate piece. Or maybe brings in Chase Brown. Maybe brings in Gesicki, Burton. There's options to stack Burrow late. I like him after ADP. If we didn't have Stroud here and we had like a 4th receiver, I would have brought in Joe Burrow, but I think RB is bringing in the 3rd RB. Again, this is going to fill the flex. So like we filled the flex before. That feels better than bringing in the 2nd QB, even though we have Higgins for the stack. That's sort of my reasoning there. Moss goes, Swift goes, Curtis Samuel. Some of these receivers are going off a little earlier. Always battle to grab ADP value in a room like this. So tempting to reach for roster construction needs. Yeah. And I'm kind of hoping this guy goes RB. It would help us out a shit ton. And the fact that he goes 5 RBs in a row, this man's rogue already. Like, I don't have any faith that he's gonna get back on the right track. Brings in tight end and QB. Like, if this guy goes another RB or 2, rounds like 10 to 14, we're gonna feel even better about our team. That already changes the draft, though, what he did. Late stacking partners, we can go Rodgers. We can also bring in Conklin right now, or we can do some late back stacks. Yeah, it's always the safer option to tap wide receiver. I agree with that. I agree. I think we can sift through the weeds here in these upcoming rounds at receiver. James Conner falling right now. Njoku off the board, Javonte, Mike Williams. And then who does the 12 spot? Tanner's in the live stream with a nice balance 1-2-5 with Love, Henry, Warren, London, Olave, Pittman, Reed, and Addison. Very fun start. Go Vikes with Allen and Murray. Oh shit, super strong. Mixon and Kamara with 82. Puka, Harrison, Ridley, Laporta. Yeah, I like the Shaheed click. This is probably one of those spots I would... I'm skipping over Dobbs. Fuck it. We're going Palmer. I was going to say, if we go Connor, do we just stop at hyper fragile? But Connor goes. Let's bring in Jacoby Myers. We'll catch up, in my opinion, with Wilson, Tank Dell, Higgins, Joshua Palmer, and Jacoby Myers. Kittle, Gibbs, Stevenson, Najee with Stroud. This also opens up Herbert. There's more stacks with Herbert late, too. Damn, appreciate you guys. 79 on the Twitter machine, 89 on the YouTubes. If you guys are enjoying the content, hit the sub. Help us get to our 2K goal so we can do that 24-hour live stream. AD goes right after. Tony Pollard at 112. That's definitely a better ADP for Pollard. 15 picks after. 15 picks after ADP. Holy smokes. Feels a lot better, though. Kind of makes sense, too. I think Pollard should be closer to Singletary, B-Rob, but I have it so Singletary and B-Rob actually move up closer to Pollard in that way. Brock Purdy off at 114. Okay, there's the Burrow stack. The first one with Chase Brown at 115. Trevor Lawrence pairing with Kurt for Jeremy. Judy off the board at 117. Berg's been pissing lately, 4 in a row. Tua probably not for the Hill team. Maybe the 3 spot thought he could have pushed Tua. It goes to the Waddle squad, which makes sense. So nicely correlated for Tregs here. I think Tregs is a pounder too. For a second, I thought Tregs was Terry Green. Brandon Cooks brings in that double stack with Dak. Makes a lot of sense. Jahan Dotson, Josh Downs. I like the double tap here from the 1 spot. He's trying to resuscitate himself. after that 5 RB start. Now the 3 spot is literally St. Patty's Day pissing. Moss, Mostert, Tajay Spears, and Zeke hitting that 0 RB start range, which is so fun. Starts very wide receiver heavy, brings in Mahomes with Hollywood Brown. So fun. Dude, if we hit 1,500 subs before the end of this draft, I'll do another draft. We're 4 subs away. If we hit 1,500, we'll do a celebratory 4th draft. That's the goal. That's the goal. If you guys aren't already in the Discord, it's where all the pounders hang out. It's where you can reach me off stream, late night drafts, the whole works. I'll pin it. Link is also in the description. Have a bunch of helpful tools on there, and yeah, super active Bestball community. It's just so fun. Late night plus EV drafters, always live. I'm looking at Justin Herbert here. It's so funny, in sharper rooms, you see the same players falling. $504 subs. It'll just do the 24-hour stream now. Hey, if I didn't have that charity hockey game tonight, couple more cold brews, I'm good. I think we can just go Herbert now. No need to risk it. We'll bring in Herbert here. We can wait on tight end still. If we want to catch up at wide receiver. God. Can we just get Quentin Johnson at 155? I even correlated. I have a tough time drafting Quentin Johnson correlated. It's kind of an odd feeling. Gabe Davis is here at 134 as our 6th receiver. Seems pretty decent. We have to bring in a receiver here just because I know these freaks are going to take all the receivers off the board. We bring in Palmer, we bring in Myers, both like kind of floor, maybe high floor in some cases type players. Let's bring in a spike week guy who will disappear for 12 weeks minimum next year. Star says, can't believe I got B-Rob. Where did he get B-Rob at? How late was it? B-Rob at 126? Oh my God. Little 15 pick drop. Dumbbox has been pissing green himself. I will say, it probably feels bad to get Blake Corum 3 picks after Brian Robinson goes off the board. Oh yeah, Green being on Underdog, that's right. I've been submitted to YouTube for a year or more, but not on the Discord. Appreciate you, man. The Discord's awesome. Everyone that's in the Discord loves the Discord. Super active. It's insane. It's insane. I just got passed for number 1 rank on the Discord. Shout out to Drew. He passed me today. It's sad day. Pat Fry off at 140. Lloyd, Dowdle. So we are hoping for a running back of our choice and probably another receiver here. Yeah, this is definitely, if you are pissing green, like, you have to get that checked out. So like Dumbbox, especially this guy, like pissing green first thing in the morning is even probably a worse sign. Through the first 5 rounds, that's like, that takes you all the way through breakfast, all the way through brunch. Like that's a problem. Jerome Ford off the board at 143. So after ADP, but before Chubb, you're going to see Chubb fall. You're going to see Chubb fall. 3 rooms in a row. Okay, so the one spot, I like the Burton click. But he brings in Thielen. Was that 20 picks before ADP? 18 picks before ADP. My man, in this room, you probably could have got Thielen here at 168 for free. Like 75% chance that Thielen comes back to him. I'd maybe even higher. In my opinion, it's higher, but we're seeing Chubb still on the board at 148. And this is why we had to go at least one receiver with that last pick. That's why we had to bring in at least one receiver here, because we knew the range coming back to us was going to be pretty fugly. Dude, Star is just getting some insane values right now. That might have been a trap, though. I think this is too much invested at QB now. I really do. You get Burrow to fall. You can definitely. Woo! Excuse me. We do get Quentin Johnson here. If we want him. You guys know who I want to click. Fuck. It's after ADP. It's correlated. We got to just do it. We got to close our eyes and pretend that he can catch a football. That's it. 10 picks after. Now with this next pick, after Tanner goes, we have a couple options. We can go running back. We can go, there goes Roman Wilson. Not Antonio Gibson. We're already making the bet on Stevenson. Let's bring in Hunter Henry here. This is exactly how I feel. Adam says, love me some Quentin Johnston. Said no one ever. Facts. 100% true. No one has ever said that. Do not cut this clip and take that out of context. Post it everywhere. All right. Bateman goes at 161 here, basically at ADP. We have 4 picks left. Let's see if we're doing another draft. See how many subs away we are. We're 2 subs away. Oh, no. We're going to hit it. Oh, no. Oh, it's a good thing. It's a good thing, but it's also... man. How do streamers do this without, bathroom breaks? That's what I'm thinking right now. Does Pete have, a bucket underneath? Do you ever notice his mic go silent for, 35 seconds? 2 subs away and we're doing another draft. Yeah, I'll send you that $5 on Venmo. Thank you. Deshaun Watson at 165 to pair with Kirk Cousins in the 4 spot. Could be 2 good value QBs. Brings in Mooney. Does he have the ATL connection? Doesn't have the ATL connection besides Mooney. Doesn't have anyone on Cleveland. No, he's Judy. These 3 late QB builds they interest me, and I've done a lot of them, especially early. We were sort of ignoring these early QBs. Stroud, even Hurts, Allen, but now where they're falling, and the late QBs are sort of rising up a little bit, and they still go too late. They still go too late. Just sort of balancing the portfolio. Today's an elite QB morning, I guess. Yeah, and I need more Josh Allen. We're at 10%. We're at 10%. What's my Stroud? Stroud seems low. Yeah, this is only my second share of Stroud, so it's going to go up to like 5 or 6% after this draft, which to me seems right. Like, I don't want to be super heavy on Stroud. Just where some of these other elite QBs, like we're seeing these elite QBs fall to the 4th round. Like we get Hurts at 43. Stroud probably should be going a little later. I get it. It's got a lot of weapons, but just where the other QBs are going, I think his price should fall a little bit, personally. Yeah. This makes sense. All right. I'm never that deep into... I watch a lot of Pete's stuff, but that seems deep into the stream. We were hoping for a fucking running back to fall to us. Let's just bring in Braylon Allen here. We can stop at 2 QBs. We can bring in Aaron Rodgers here if we really want to. We can bring in a 3rd tight end. We can stop at 2 tight ends. Garrett Wilson, Tank Dell, T. Higgins, Palmer, Myers, Gabe Davis, and Quentin Johnson. We likely need one more receiver. So 1 more receiver. We need 1 more running back. Guaranteed we need 1 more running back, 1 receiver. After that, it's up to running back, receiver. I would lean tight end over QB. Like we're leaning into Stroud being a fucking a 5th round pick here. I do not have a ton of J.K. Dobbins. Oh, we try to make the flip. We'll go late J.K. Dobbins here for the little mini with Hunter Henry. And he can suck for the first 6 weeks or start slow. And I think we have enough touches between Gibbs, Stevenson, and Najee. We also, I guess, have the mini with Stevenson. Bringing this super stack with the Chargers. I'm not going to have a ton of Dobbins. I'm not going to have 0, but probably around like 4%, I would say. So we'll mix him in here. We'll mix him in. Yeah, it's gonna be revealed either tonight or tomorrow. Black, it'll be ready for full launch. And if you guys watch some of the earlier streams too, it's got a lot more to it. So I'd jump in the Discord. All updates are going to go in the Discord, as well as it'll be on the live stream either tonight or tomorrow. Fields off the board at 188. Someone has a Fields crush. Brings him in with Freiermuth. The moment of truth. All right, we're still safe right now. 2 subs away from doing another draft after this one. Someone from the Twitter can save you guys. Get another draft in. 85 people watching on the Twitter machines. We appreciate you guys. The YouTube algorithm is a bitch though. Is a bitch. Probably harder to beat than BBM5. Seems like a good spot for an Eric Gray share. Nah, I'm done at RB. We're leading in on these 5. This is early capital. 3 RBs by pick 100. We're good with leaning in on these 5. We also luck out where most of them are different bye weeks, just besides Gibbs and Dobbins. Al Boogs gifting one to the chat. I appreciate you, man. Thanks, Al Boogs. And it goes to GTO Hurricane. GTO, I think I saw a comment either earlier today or it might have been last night. All these streams sort of mixed together. Congrats. He's officially a YouTube spoon. Damn, Rogers finally goes. Holy shit. Berg brings in some crazy. Is that 2 drafts in a row that you've ended up with Rogers? Rogers at 196. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Al Book says 1 more sub. Now let's get it. Oh, this dude's creating. No creating burners. It doesn't count. It doesn't count. Daniel Jones at 201. Sanders. Oh. The Ultra Super Stack. We need 1 more receiver. I want to go McMillan here. Let's bring in a rookie receiver. We need to live a little bit right now. Dude, Ben dropping 1 in the chat. Appreciate you, man. It goes to, who's it go to? Peabody? Peabody 26? Are you here with us right now? I haven't seen Peabody comment before. Maybe just one of those ghosters. Yeah, let's bring in McMillan and let's see what comes back to us. I don't want another Chargers piece. I really don't. I like the likely click. I think if likely came back to us, we would have gone likely. Can I look at the Discord DMs real quick? Yeah, I can. It's gonna be like a fucking dick pic or something. Just kidding, Logan. Just kidding. I know you're above that. Tight end with Jaceki. It could be an RB as well, I guess, but let's go Jaceki here for a 3rd tight end. Let's go Jaceki. No Cap Mac, welcome to the live stream, man. This is draft number 3, and I believe we have a very strong chance of ripping another one. Oh shit. We're 1 sub away from ripping another draft and hitting 1,500. 1,500. Oh. It's been a crazy month, guys. Thank you all for just the overwhelming support. It's been awesome. Gets me hyped up to come back every single day and rip another draft. Chicken cheesesteak lover. Very specific username here on the YouTube machine. Just finished my projections. Bigger take McBride more than Harrison Jr. or bigger take McBride more yards than Harrison Jr. or Brian Thomas Jr. most rookie receiving yards. What's the bigger take? I would say McBride over Harrison for receiving yards is the bigger take there. I don't think it's completely out of the realm of possibilities that Brian Thomas Jr. in that situation in Jacksonville hits a heater and maybe even starts fast in that offense. But we end up with Stroud and Herbert. Definitely super stacked team. Gibbs, Stevenson, Harris, Braylon Allen, J.K. Dobbs, Garrett Wilson, Tank Dell, T. Higgs, Palmer, Myers, Gabe Davis, Quentin Johnson. So spike week guys after you bring in those floor guys. To Jalen McMillan almost just choked on the everything bagel right there. That's what you just saw live, but we recovered. And McMillan with Kittle, Henry, and Jaceki, just pretty balanced. All right, we will cover. Did the one spot? The one spot didn't draft any more running backs. we have to peak this team because he started with 5 RBs in a row. It's going to literally make Billy's eye twitch. It's going to make his eye twitch. 5 RBs in a row to start this draft. 3 or bye week 6. It's just, there's a lot going on. He goes Jane Daniels, Levis, Young, and Derek Carr. Like, I'm cool with that. But can you afford to do that after you draft no receivers through 5 rounds? That's what I'm worried about. D-Hop, Deontay Johnson, Josh Downs, Dotson, Thielen, Burton, and Odell with Bowers and Juwan Johnson. Ooh, yikes. Yeah. Maybe even like just 2 more receivers, like one of these and one of these. And you could just like, now not a pounder. So like, we don't even have to review this team. It's just more fun to just look at like, what the hell was that guy doing? Berg in the 4 spot with Kirk, Watson, and then he just scoops Rodgers almost 40 picks after ADP. He said that enough is enough. Barkley, Etienne, White, and Singletary. I like this. A little hyper fragile between these 4. Leaning into Barkley after ADP, Etienne after ADP. Same thing with White and Singletary. Chase, Neighbors, Watson, Curtis Samuel, Mike Williams, Judy, Mooney, Wandale, and more. And then Kincaid and Otten. I like this squad. Really good just balance with the roster capital. Jeremy in the 5 spot with Lawrence, Fields, and Bo Nix. K-Walk, Javante, Gus Edwards, Ty Chandler, and CEH. With JJ, Nico, Zay Flowers, Kirk, Rice, Sutton, Franklin, and Mims. So bringing in that like Denver super stack here. 2 receivers and a running back with Andrews and Pat Fry. Curious about the Flowers before ADP. Maybe were you trying to set up the Flowers Lamar stack? But nice draft. And then I think Stark absolutely killed this one. Stark Kindler. I remember some crazy values on this team. Hurts at 30, Burrow at 91, Goff at 150. I think this could have been the trap. Like you obviously don't need to go more than 2 QBs with this pairing. Chase Brown, B-Rob at 126, Lloyd, McLaughlin, Herbert, and Pierce. Amon-Ra, Devonta Smith, McLaurin, Brian Thomas Jr., Keon Coleman, Boyd, and Hendry. With McBride and Njoku so strong at tight end, which makes sense. I feel like I want one more piece earlier than Boyd on this team. But I don't mind the Boyd click if he can be sort of what he was in Cincinnati. Like give you like 5 for 48. Maybe a touchdown here and there. But with Brian Thomas and Keon Coleman, I think it makes a little more sense. He's got this Cincinnati super stack too. I get bringing in a little bit of Burrow correlation. Not super stack, but it's a double with Chase. So I want to bring in a little bit. And I think Burton went off early. But how early? Burton went off at 145. So you would have had to have grabbed him here with the Lloyd pick. I probably would have rather done that. So like obviously it's all in hindsight, but would you rather the combination of Burton and Ray Davis, where especially you don't need that 3rd QB, but when Burton goes off, you're in a different situation there. But yeah, strong team. I think one more receiver piece. I like the idea behind the team, though. Ant in the 7th spot with Lamar and Purdy. Hall, Dowdle, Ray Davis, Rashawn Johnson. So true hero running back build. Foreman and Shipley. Ayuk, Diggs, Keenan Allen, O'Dunes, Lockett, Shakir, Corley, and Walker. Maybe trying to pull in that Chicago double. Did you get sniped on Caleb? Yeah, he snagged the Burton. Burton's going to go early in our rooms. In Fergie and Schultz, I like that combo. The receivers, I'm good with the capital here. I think it might have got sniped on the Caleb pick, which is too bad, but 110, he brings in Purdy. Let's have a peek. Caleb goes at 104 to paid. Oh no, I guess he could have gone Caleb here at 103. I think that would have been the preferred option. Right on ADP. You had the double. Did 3 bring back for week 17. I see. That makes sense. All right. And man, this room was full of pounders, so I'm actually glad with our team. I'm happy with it. I think we're going to do another draft after this one. We hit 1,500. Thank you, guys. Oh, shit. We're definitely ripping another draft. Appreciate you guys, truly. Paid with A-Rich and Caleb. This could be a fun pairing. B-Rob, Taylor, Jones, and White. So another hyper-fragile. So multiple hyper-fragile builds in this one draft room. DJ Moore, Pickens, Godwin, Wicks as wide receiver 4. We get Bateman, McCaffrey, Tolbert, and Slayton. Okay, so there's definitely enough capital here. Goddard, Komet, and Jelani. I like that team paid. I like that team. Different roster construction, but it makes sense. Go Vikes is a very good drafter too. So I'm expecting top tier here. Josh Allen and Kyler both after ADP. Mixon, Kamara 82, Eckler, Chubb. So really leaning into maybe some of these floor guys until Chubb can, have a ton of touches. Just if this was a full point PPR team, if this was DK, but Chubb at 154. It's 3 drafts in a row. We've seen him drop 140, 145 plus with Mixon. It's an interesting room to say the least. You have a lot of touches here. And then obviously this team's hoping for mid to end season upside with Chubb. Puka, Harrison, Calvin Ridley, Shaheed, Mitchell, Pearsall, Zay Jones, Baker, and Chase Claypool. Oh no. What did the Gritty do to you? The Gritty's got that influence. Shout out to Mike. Sam Laporta and Sanders. I'm cool with that combo. Just give me Sam Laporta and then +1 of someone that we think's going to outperform ADP. Jordan Love, Geno, and Russell Wilson. 12 spot has it tough in these rooms, I will say. Derrick Henry, Warren, Connor, Charbonnet, and Algier. I like the RB room, and I'm good with this. I'm good with the QB room. See if it's correlated. Drake London, Olave, Pittman, Reed, Addison, Dobbs, and Roman Wilson. Good capital there. Stopped at 7. Musgrave, Fant, and likely definitely need 3 there. The capital's good. You bring in the correlation with Russell Wilson here. You also have Noah Fant. Is that the only stack with Charbonnet, which is cool. And then you have the Jaden Reed Dobbs Musgrave triple. So nice little triple there. And then you have the bring back in Addison for week 17 dome game. Always fun. I don't think you have any Casey pieces, which is fine. Let's see. New Orleans. You have the New Orleans stack too for the Green Bay triple stack plus bring back of Olave week 16. Maybe help you get there to week 17. Really fun. Do you pick your teams off rankings or stacks or certain structure of teams? What's your thoughts of the process in these drafts? So I have a draft guide as well as I do CSV rankings every single week on Sundays. It usually comes out either Sunday night or Monday mornings. And correlating both of those things, I'm very in tune with player movement. I'm on BBM5 all the time, sort of seeing where these players are moving and trying to figure out where their price is going to. And been very successful at sort of just getting ahead of the field on ADPs. But to answer your question, the short way is yes, I have the rankings in my head and I'm trying to draft right now the risers at the better price. And then maybe when they do get to a price that it flips a couple players, then I'll draft those players afterwards. So like right now, a clear example of that early is like Waddle, where we think Waddle is going to flip some of these receivers. Let's have a peek. ADP. Let's go last 24 hours. Waddle's at 23.6. You're probably going to see him pass Mike Evans and Nico Collins at some point. Like very, in my opinion, very, very easily. So just getting ahead of small ADP advantages if it's a couple players in a range, and just getting a little ahead, and then I'll draft those other guys later when you can get them willingly. But all right, Albook wants to see a big dog. We might do a big dog. We might do a big dog at with Drew and Nick. But one sec. Logan told me to check out. Hey, I want to get. All right, Logan wants to gift 5. Let me make sure he's still here, and make sure he still wants to go through with him, and we can gift 5. But let's do. What do you guys want to see? What do you guys want to see? First comment that gets 3 votes will do no Mastiff, no Sprint. Not in the mood. No big dog. It's probably not gonna fill. Weekly winners, Eliminator, BBM, Marathon, or BBM. Ben wants BBM. BBM. We're crowd pleasers here. Yeah, Logan, you can't do you can't gift memberships from the phone for some reason. You have to be on the computer, and it's right next to the chat box. Yeah, BBM wins. BBM wins. +3. It's the show your support. It looks like a dollar bill, and then you go to membership gifting. All right, Logs. Check, yeah. Check the DMs. I see you writing. We got the 8 spot. Who's in this? Pade's here at 3. Tanner's at 7. Shock is at 11. Okay, so I think this is a little lighter of a room. 1, 2, 3 badgeless. All right, this gift 5 is from Logan in the live stream. So we'll give everyone a minute. If you guys are in the Twitterverse, hit the link, sign into YouTube. We'll give you a minute. We're going to be gifting 5 subs to the subscribers in the live stream in the chat. Give you a minute to log in. So we're picking at 8, and we're most likely going to get one of these two. Bijan or Brees. I'd be surprised if Amon-Ra falls. GTO says hitting the overflow superflex. Oh, damn. Oh, J-Dubs beats it. He beats everyone to the punch. He says, fuck it, I'm gifting 5 before. It goes to Chicken Cheesesteak Lover, Big Sonny, No Cap. No, that's a comment. Sorry. Pull back. You might win on the next one. Kent, Kazi, and Dylan. Thank you, J-Dubs. I appreciate you, dude. Seriously. Do we get him on Ra at 8? No, we don't. We get Bijan, though. So we'll bring in Bijan. What happened to get Bijan at 8? Garrett Wilson went at 4, so maybe pulling him in a little different spot. Let's go. We got some more membies here. So we're going to be gifting 5 more. And shit. This is crazy. This is crazy. 5 more going in. Hopefully you're signed in to your YouTube account. Good luck. Good luck. DJ Quill, Eric Sanders, Christopher, Bestball Moderate, and Proper 19. A lot of new names in here. A lot of new names. Congrats, guys. Congrats. Thank you for watching. Marvin goes at 9. This room is already like exploding my brain. Yeah, those 5 are from Logan too. Gotta preface, like, big shout to Log. So appreciate you guys. In a just crazy. I can't even, like, the last 2 weeks, the amount of members, the amount of YouTube spoons that are just being created right now is crazy. Bunch of ADP value scoopers in the chat. And this room is going to punish us for starting RB first. I love the Bijan Drake London starts. I'm glad I have a shit ton of them early too, because I think that it's going to be harder and harder to get. This coffee is literally just ice. Like, I'm just sucking. This is just straight water. May as well drink my actual water. Come on, Chupa. Let's get this moving here. Let's get this moving. Moving or lose it. So Waddle really falls at 32. I don't want to reach too far. I think bringing Debo here can be fun. We can go Devontae Adams for week 15. It's kind of weak in my opinion, but it's an option. It's an option. Let's bring in Debo here. Let's bring in Deebs. Ooh, here we go. Spicy Spice? Is this Spicy Spice? I feel like the public won't like London as much in August. Can see him falling towards the end of the draft season. I think when you get the highlights of Captain Kirk throwing the ball to London, I don't think it's going to matter. I think you're going to have plenty of London drafters. On top of that, like, the ranks of ETR, the ranks of Karain, and everyone has so much influence that I don't think it's going to matter. But I could see why you would think that with, like, returning people, him having a bad year last year. It does make, like, that thinking does make a lot of sense. One sec. Nice. Debo and new Christian McCaffrey. That's funny. Oh, shit. Yeah, I like Bijan. Bijan this year, especially, like, the playoff schedule is great. Vegas, Giants, 2 dome games at Washington. The playoff schedule is insane. We get Waddle going at 22, Mike Evans at 23. Waddle's just consistently going in the second round now. This overflow room is some BS. How do you feel about fading players from bottom 5 offenses, especially wide receivers? Yeah, and sort of speculating which ones are going to be bottom 5 offenses, gets a little more difficult, right? Like, we're thinking of, like, New England. You're thinking of Denver as being one. It's like, the thing is with those, you're trying to find which ones that are speculated as bottom 5 that exceed that. And then you're getting those players at ADP really outperforming their ADP. So maybe like players like Troy Franklin or Demario Douglas, Javon Baker. So Fading those players, yes, there are some offenses that we want to do that with, but also know that some of the biggest hits are going to be offenses that are mispriced because we think they're bad, but then they outperform their ADP. So like Carolina, right, where you can get Leggett, Deontay Johnson, the tight end Sanders so late with Bryce Young. So on the same point with running backs too. So like Denver, I would rather draft, in my mind, the receivers than the running backs, just because of like 3 RB rooms. So in offenses that have multiple running backs, running back by committee, on offense that could underperform, that's where I'm less likely to actually take the running back than the receiver. All right, we up. I had a feeling Kyron was going to fall to us at 32. We have the Sanford in week 15. Who cares? We have Laporta here too. Let's bring in Cup though. It's another way to get that week 15 correlation. Not that it's a huge deal in my mind. I typically just have the week 15 game turned off, but we'll bring in Cup here. Up in 8 picks. Are you guys going to see me draft T. Higgins like for the 3rd time today? I'm not above that. I'm absolutely not above doing that. This is crazy. 14 CMC shares through 96 drafts. Can we do the math on that real quick? That's way above 10%. 96 divided by 14. I'm an idiot. 14 divided by 96. 14.5%. That's what's crazy is we have 0 CD Lamb. 0. But the amount of 3-spot picks we've drafted at is like 7 times. And we've had a good amount of 1-spots. So I'm going to have to start balancing out my... That's the thing. 1-spots, do you really want to start drafting CD Lamb ahead of CMC? Like, it's obviously easier to catch up on CD Lamb because you can get him at 1 or 2 towards the end of the season. If you have negative variance on the 101s, which could easily happen, so I'm a little hesitant to do that. This is at least an interesting spot. I want to draft a receiver because at 56 we could be left with a fucking shit range. Wow, we see Reed go at 40. That's crazy. It's between these 3. If we go Amari Cooper, we'll probably just get terrorized for having like the world's oldest team start. But we're doing it anyways. All right, we're bringing in Amari Cooper. Favorite draft slot? It's a good question. I've been drafting a ton on the back, and I don't mind it because I like Garrett Wilson. I like Drake London. That's typically where you're getting these guys. And it's pretty easy to get 2 elite receivers. I guess it's getting a little tougher because of Drake London moving to this like 1-2 turn back here. But yeah, I used to love just double tapping the Garrett Wilson, Drake London. You can still get it pretty easily. That's probably my favorite start. Paid goes Tyreek Hill and Waddle with Neighbors. That's also very fun. Stepfathers, welcome to the live stream, says, I can see Cup's ADP moving up if he has a fully healthy summer. Yeah, without a doubt. I think he goes in the right range, though. Like, how much more? I'd put him above Michael Pittman. He's sort of in that same range of... I don't think he has too much more room to move up, but I think he's just good for the range. And again, like, wide receiver falls off pretty quick, too. there's just plenty of options at receiver over here where when you get towards 33 to 45, you can sort of see the cliff and it's like, oh no. Yeah, the 2 spot is getting hit by the wide receiver cliff right now. I'm guessing Keenan Allen click here. Yeah, that makes sense. His projection for a 17-game season clears Diggs. Oh, I mean, if you're projecting him for 17 games, but are you also projecting the other players for 17 games? I'd take Smith and Metcalf. Metcalf, I think, is a pretty close bet. I'd probably take Smith over Kupp, though. Just because of age. Just because of the chance of the age cliff. Mahomes to the Kelsey squad with Chase, DK, and JT. Good start for Trev. Fiddle. Oh my. We just read the username here. You can really put anything. You can really put anything as your username on Underdog. We want to live. Where's the player we click to live a little bit? Is it just Worthy? It's got to be Worthy. This is the live a little bit click. Yeah, it's fiddle something. It is. He's fiddling something, all right. Crazy. The fiddler in the 4 spot. Up comeback tour. Gonna be nasty. Staffy looks 10 years younger. Would you get a haircut? Yeah, I'm Ron Burgundy. Who put a question on the teleprompter? Good question mark. Kyle Pitts goes at 57. Good. We get off the Pitts click. Just for a little bit. Andrews goes at 58. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, we did so many drafts today where we went like elite QB, elite tight end. We'll mix it up a little bit. We'll have a little piss session. It makes sense. I've had a full coffee and almost a full like 32-ounce thing of water. You can only imagine. Joe Mixon off at 60. The 12 spot also brings in a receiver, which I think is necessary to save that. Stroud at 62 with Tank Dell for Shock. Shock having a good start. Puka, Gibbs, Dell, T. Higgs, Ridley. Fantasy Football Garage with the reference. Reminds me of last year when username Walrus Balls was atop the season-long scoring leaderboard. Yeah, you remember? It's like Underdog's biggest fear. Like if Walrus Balls wins the regular season. Just how do you promote that? It's tough. Fuck. Now I do sort of want to go Kittle here still. But we're living a little bit. All right, I'm going to be right back. Walrus Balls has to take care of something. I'll be back in 30 seconds. If we have the same amount of viewers or more, I'll gift another sub. That's the trust right there. BRB, 30 seconds. All right, we were at 151. Oh shit. Yeah, we got more. You guys win. All right, we're gifting another sub. We'll do it in 1 minute. People on the Twitter machine, if you want to hit the link to get into the YouTubes, we're gonna be giving away a sub to a viewer, a subscriber on the live stream in 1 minute after our pick. D-Hop goes at 75. Ooh. We'll see if this guy comes back to us. What's fun about this is we can go 3 late QBs. We can go Staffy. We can go Deshaun Watson. We can go Herbert. Kind of wanted Rice here. Goes to Trev. Makes sense with Mahomes and Kelsey. Makes a lot of sense. He goes JMO. Okay. I think we're just going to bring in Brian Thomas here. Yeah. Let's live. 3 rookies in a row. Don't say we don't live. Let the boy eat. All right, we're gifting it. Appreciate you guys in the live stream. Good luck. Good luck. One lucky user will be able to drop spoons in the stream. That's a scoop right there. We'll take that. Felix, let's go. My man. Felix is gonna be making a video. I don't know if he wants me to drop the info. I'll drop the intel if you want me to, Felix. I'm excited to be a part of Felix's video coming out. Damn. You guys absolutely crushed the like button. It's freaking hurting right now. It's 108 likes on the live stream before the video goes live. You guys are the best. Truly. The best community. No bias. You gotta preface it like no bias. Kamara finally off the board at 83. Pairs it with Joe Burr, with T. Higgs. I like that. With the falling Stroud, too. Dude, Shock's got his freaking big wooden spoon out. Big wooden spoon. Come on, JP. Give us Evan Ingram here. Just let us get Evan Ingram. What? Palmer at 88, boy. 30 picks. Go get your guy season. I think we actually have to go Aaron Jones. 14 picks after ADP. Dude, I just had to. 14 picks after. Come on. 89. Can't do that. We can go 3 late tight ends. I don't care if we need to. We're going to have so many QB options with this team. This will be fun. Probably just need one more receiver too. And with these 2 running backs, we could stop at 5. So we could do a 3 QB and 3 tight end if needed with this build. What's that? 3-5-7-3. I would want one more piece that would be able to bridge these rookies if they were to start slow, but they're all in really good situations. So don't expect all 3 of them to start slow. I wouldn't be surprised if 1 or even 2 did. KC, I mean, Rice didn't come on until mid-season. Now, he was a later round draft pick. He scored a touchdown in his first game. So, yeah, Pat, let's effing go. I'm just psyched. C's get the dub. Kyrie sucked. Like all good things. Just all good things. Game 1 though. It's a long road. It's a long road. Plus they like couldn't miss in the first quarter, so just keep riding that wave. So coming back to us, what do we want to do here? Purdy's sitting at 110. Is anyone behind us interested in Purdy? Does someone have Kittle? Kittle's to our left. Where's the Kittle team? Kittle went at 71. Yeah, I'm trying to see if we can push Purdy. And Connor would have been nice. I think Connor would have been really nice for our team. Yeah. Stepfather wanted Connor or Mostert. I agree. Live a little bit. Bringing in the Joker here at 104. Let's fill in tight end. We got a little double in Cleveland. Double in Cleveland. We're gonna make Deshaun Watson a big target of ours for this team. Where's the Judy? Judy's still on the board, right? Judy's still on the board. We have to pay attention to what team Judy goes to. I figure with this pick, we can just get one of these two, and we're probably happy. We want it to be Purdy, but not the end of the world if it's Trevor Lawrence over Purdy. Again, Debo has those games where he has his rushing touchdowns too. Ben says, started CMC Achane in the room. Let me dig out of it. Rice is your wide receiver 5. Oh, post that. Post that start in the Discord. We'll peek it. And welcome 3 new members to the Discord. Soul Dinger, I am the KY, and Grant. We have a little 0-2-6-1 with Bijan and Aaron Jones. Debo, Kupp, Cooper, Worthy, McConkey, Brian Thomas, and Njoku. Had to make the 4th draft worth it. Had to make the 4th draft worth it. And we are going to be back later tonight at 9:15 p.m. Eastern with Nez from the Badge Bros. It's going to be probably our 3rd or 4th time streaming together. It's always, the show is always lit. So I'm excited to have Nez on tonight. Cool. We get to bring in Purdy with Debo, which in my opinion, the earlier wide receiver draft capital you can stack with the QB, the better, since you're leaning into that player so much more than we are Brian Thomas at round 7 with Trevor Lawrence. On the way back around, we're probably looking to go RB-RB or RB-QB, depending if Lawrence is there. Again, we can go RB-RB, and then on the way back around again, we can go Herbert. So if Lawrence is gone, we can go Herbert potentially at 137. And then if he's gone, we're just going to keep pushing QB because we have so many stacks on this team. We'll just go for Staffy with Kupp. And if he's gone, well, then we're going to be fucking pissed because we want 3 of these guys. But C-Watt at 161 is also an option. So we have so many QB stacks on this team. If we miss out on 2 of those like 5, kind of suck, but we already got one. I think you can stop with just Trevor Lawrence too and Purdy. Not that it's a requirement to, but and I would rather probably get my double stack over the Herbert stack. So let's see. This is gonna. If we get Trevor Lawrence, we'll just wait for Deshaun. Not to be named. 4 drafts in a row, you're seeing Chubb and Eckler fall. Officially. Ooh. Are they going to let us get T-Law here at 128? That's going to be the question. And then I guess if we do get him at 128, we obviously just try to push Watson. If we get him at 128, we have to go RB in my opinion. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, let's go T-Law. Tennessee, Vegas. We're not going to have the greatest of bring back stacks, but I'm not really too worried about that. Yep, let's bring in T-Law. Honestly, I don't mind if we miss on Deshaun Watson too, because I think we can run it with these 2 QBs. Not that I would like Deshaun Watson. I really would for the Amari Cooper Njoku double. But let's see. We're not going to force it. We need to catch up at RB. So if we go RB at 137, RB at 152, and then QB, we try to get Watson at 161. That's ideal. Now, where is the Judy team? We have to find the Judy team. Judy in the 1 spot. Jordan Love and Lamar Jackson team should be done drafting. And again, like Watson doesn't necessarily need stacking partners, but it does increase our chances of getting him. Ooh, okay. Charbonnet off the board, Elliott off the board. RBs are sliding quick. That's why we need 2. Schultz off. T-Law went 159 in a room last night. Couldn't believe it. It was on drafters. Oh, okay. Oh, Kendre off. Okay. So maybe we just bring in Lloyd here. It looks like Brendan Lloyd, so ADP 142.4, is going to pass Kendre at some point. Excuse me. But yeah, that's maybe a quick flip right there. I don't know how much further he can rise. I guess he can flip Dowdle too. But he seems relatively capped. Going in my opinion, in the right range. Jermaine Burton off the board at 141. I don't know how much further I would chase Lloyd up the board, just because it is a team that still does have 3 running backs. We know this offense likes to use multiple running backs. They bring in Jacobs, who's more of a workhorse type than Aaron Jones, but the coach has still very much expressed the use of wanting to keep Jacobs healthy, use multiple running backs. They re-sign A.J. Dillon. I know A.J. Dillon's dust, but he's still going to be in the mix. So, yeah, we're definitely going to need at least 5, potentially 6 RBs for this team. Maybe if we can, so we'd have to stop at 2 tight ends. We can stop at 2 tight ends. We can still go 3 QBs if we want the Watson stack. This is going to be an interesting one, how we balance it. Would love for BBM to incorporate standard deviations of players' ADPs. Not that I'm yeah. Just be grateful it's free. That's the way I see it. But I agree. Yeah, those are really nice touches that could be made. Let's bring in Ray Davis. This is definitely a rookie-heavy team. But if Ray Davis can work his way into a red zone role in Buffalo, if there was an injury to James Cook, like, I like this range for Ray Davis. I think he actually has some room to move up. Is this what we said? We're going to double tap RB? No, if we want Watson, it has to be 161. We're not going to get him at 176. Roman Wilson at 154. Luke Musgrave. Also feel a little better that there's a couple QBs ahead of him. And then what ADPs are we looking at? It's just going to be tough. Like, I think with this team, we're going to need to bring in. So do we stop at 6 receivers? We're going to need to find a way to save a roster spot here. Unless we're going to lean into some of these rookies at RB, grabbing a decent role early, which I'm not as comfortable with. So maybe I should have gone Antonio Gibson for that reason, but it's fine. We're definitely living a little bit with this build. Do we go Deshaun Watson or not? That's going to be the question. I think that's sort of the make or break for this team. It's not too much invested capital, but I think we put ourselves in a tough situation with 3 rookie receivers this early and trying to not get too far behind early in the season. Yeah, Josh says no with Deshaun. Maybe we'll try to push it one more. Let's bring in Jaleel McLaughlin. Hunter Henry just slips out of our reach. Bindle says, oh my lord, he's still going. Yeah, we're grinding, baby. We're absolutely grinding. Today's going to be a nice long stream. Everyone showed up. Everyone showed support. 100%. 4 drafts today. 4 BBMs today. Drop that 100 spot. Yeah, and this seems good. We start RB. We go 6 receivers in a row. We go Aaron Jones, Njoku, Purdy, Trevor Lawrence. We correlate the QBs. We bring in Lloyd, Ray Davis, and Jaleel McLaughlin. I also like Bucky in that range as well. If it's meant to be, you let it go. If it comes back to you, it's meant to be. There's the quote. We got there eventually. So if Watson comes back to us at 176, it's meant to be. We'll click them there. It's looking more and more possible. Definitely feel a little better about this RB room. Do you guys think this RB room needs a 6th? Bijan Robinson, Aaron Jones, Lloyd, Ray Davis, and McLaughlin. We're obviously leaning into Bijan filling the RB1 spot every single week, minus by week 12, right? I think it's borderline. I think you could if we absolutely had to. Staffy off the board. Interesting. Was another stacking partner potential. One of these guys has to steal Watson. There's no way. You're on a legendary three-peat right now. Fantasydogpound confirmed. Got that dog in him. Baker Mayfield off the board. We probably have like a 3% chance to get Watson. Like these guys only having one QB. Neither of the starters having bye week 10. I would almost be relieved if he gets taken because it's going to be so much easier to balance this team. And we have our stacks. We have our stacks. Oh, okay. I think Ben may have sent me new mentions. Currently drafting. Okay, here's Ben's start that he has going in another room. Oh, for a second, I thought this just froze up. Let's see if one of these guys goes Watson. Here's Ben's start in the overflow room. CMC, Achan. He's kind of spreading himself thin with DK. They give him Terry, Keenan Allen, Rice, and Addison. Addison is 74. Nice. Nice little recovery there. Take Watson. Take Watson. Make my life easy. Make my life easy. Okay, good. Good. Conklin here feels pretty good as tight end 2 on this team. We'll bring in the Conk. We'll bring in Baby Gronk here. We're up in 8 picks. We could also look to bring in. Well, let's see what Shock does. Shock drafting after us. Let's see what Shock does. Damn. So the pace is 6 subs, just about 6 subs a day to hit that 2K goal before NFL kickoff. And we're at like a 8 sub pace. We're above the pace. And today was like 15. So like big days like this help bring the average number we need every day down, which just makes it more likely that we get that 24-hour live stream. And we would grab some really big guests for that show. It would be a very, very fun show. Full day off from work. Send the wife to the parents' house, to the in-laws. Are we on the 4th hour? Dude, time just flies by. I have to go get my skate sharpened after this. Big game today. Big game. And then the bigger game afterwards with Nez. The post game. We want Fant here. We want Fant here. Yeah, Puppy, we can do cash games, dude. I'm good with just ripping cash games the whole time. But there will be tournaments open. We're going to hit it early. We're going to hit it sometime in August, in my opinion. Fant shares at bye week 10. I don't really care. We already have coverage. Like, let's just get our guy. Good. Njoku, Conklin, and Fant feel great about the tight end room. QBs, we're just going to stick with Purdy and Lawrence. Bijan, Aaron Jones, Lloyd, Ray Davis, McLaughlin, Debo, Cup, Amari Cooper, Worthy, McConkey, and Brian Thomas. 2 more picks, so it's probably going to be receiver, running back. 2, 6, 7, 3. And again, where we go 6 receivers through 7 rounds, I don't think you need to overdo it. We just need someone to kind of breach the gap of maybe the early season woes with these rookies. So I don't mind if it's more of a floor type pick. Maybe it's a Tyler Boyd, and he can do that. And then he's also a bring back play for week 17. And maybe he gets off to a start like he did a couple years ago in the Cincinnati Buffalo game, where he had a touchdown in the first quarter. He looked like he was on his way to have a big game, and for the DeMar Hamlin incident with T. Higgs. Like Tyler Boyd was going to change the slate that day. It's so crazy. So crazy. I think it just makes sense with having this amount of rookies. Tyler Boyd, that's probably my first share, I think. Okay, we have one share of him through 31 drafts. Surprised. I don't know when I would have drafted him, to be honest. We'll see if Luke McCaffrey's still on the board, but I doubt it. I want to go another rookie so bad, but I shouldn't. Hold back. Breathe. Pat has only 20 more hours to go. Yeah, but think about it. We could do it. I would have to turn down this light. This light, which one is it? Key light air. Chill with that pop up. Oh, that light would, you would get a dark side. Maybe we'd hit some natural light, open up a window. We'd at least bring it down to this. This is a much more mellow. This is much more doable. Not that this is bright, trust me. It doesn't bother me. It's filtered light too. A little less aggressive on the eyes. Doing another draft after this. Nah, I don't think so. This is number 4. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. This is number 4. This is probably the last one of the day until we join Nez later tonight on our stream at 9:15. Nez from the Bad Bros. Always a fun stream. Looking forward to it. Tyler Boyd makes sense for this team. We could do Khalif Raymond as a bring back. Khalif Raymond makes sense. I'd say one of these two. Who do you guys like better? Do you guys like Tyler Boyd or Khalif Raymond? Neil, welcome to the live stream, man. Says, can't believe you're still going. You're working more than me today. Oh, shit. Don't tell the boss. Do you guys like Boyd with this construction or Khalif? Khalif would be a bring back. I guess Boyd's a bring back too. I feel like Boyd's the safer floor. We're just looking for someone to help bridge these rookies. Someone to help bridge the rookies. Now at running back. Keaton Mitchell's not a bad option for this team. Foreman might be interesting if he has more of a role early in the season. 2 rookies out of the 5. Foreman's interesting for us. I think Eric Gray's interesting. Eric Gray's off the board. You could tickle me into Keaton Mitchell. It looks like we're going to get one of these two. I guess you can add Tank Bigsby to the conversation too. I guess it depends what side of the coach speak you believe. If you actually believe we do have the Jacksonville correlation. Does that break the tiebreaker? One of these two feels pretty good though. Don't have correlation with the Donta Foreman, but I think it makes sense for our team if he has a larger role early in the season. I'm cool with that. And then Tank Bigsby's more of handcuff upside to ETN. I don't think anyone in this room thinks he's going to get more than a 20-25% share of the offense. Even with the coach speak, just from how bad he was. No one in the comments has suggested a pick. We don't get any easy outs. Let's go Donta Foreman for early season upside. Maybe help bridge some of these rookies. Again, we had a ton of rookies on this team. 1, 2, 3, 5 rookies. That's around the cap that I'm comfortable with, especially because they're all, well, these 3 are pretty early. So like you're leaning into these guys grabbing a pretty decent role in their offense earlier into their career, earlier into the first season. So I'm actually fine with the usage of the amount of rookies on this particular squad. Definitely interesting. So we have to cover Pade's team, Tanner, and Shock after this. See how they fared in this morning draft. Now in mass, officially noon. It's officially brunch now. Yeah, appreciate you all coming out this morning. It was freaking it was a fun one. Haven't done a morning stream in a very long time. So if you guys enjoy the stream and you aren't interested in looking at the draft grades afterwards, which I love. I love seeing how other people draft, seeing what their process was. But go down, slap the like on the live stream, hit the sub if you guys enjoyed the content. We're gonna be back again tonight with Nez. Pick 216. What are we doing? Kind of want to see who it goes. So I'm going to open up the separate window. If you guys are curious what the pick 216 is, you don't want to open the draft up again, you can just click this button and open up a separate window. And it'll show you over there. For some reason, it didn't this time. All right, let's refresh. Let's hit the draft grades on this one. That was BBM number 33. Paid in the 3 spot with Kyler and Tua. Very balanced pairing. Kyler falling a lot today. 94. Damn. ETN at 46. Walker, Swift, Gus Edwards. 4 RBs by Gus Edwards is nice. Pearson, Evan Hull, you didn't overspend at the position. Oh, damn. You got that Tua double with Hill and Waddle, Neighbors, Hopkins, Pearsall, Thielen, Bateman, and Zay Jones with McBride and Freiermuth. It's just very balanced. Pade's a very balanced drafter. Good correlation. Exactly what you want to see. Tanner at pick 7, Jaden Daniels and Goff. I feel like we saw this combo earlier today too. Again, like floor with Goff and ceiling with Daniels. Reaching up at pick 90 for him. James Cook, James Conner, Singletary, Chubb at 151, Herbert and Rashawn, bringing in both of them. I have a couple teams like this just in case. If there's a 2% chance that Herbert gets moved, I at least want a couple of these sort of teams. And is there a chance that one of these two makes it, and they're a good value based on their ADP? I think it's pretty strong, even if they don't move Herbert. Amon-Ra, Ayuk, Smith, McLaurin stacked with Daniels, J-Mo, Dotson, the double, Corley, and Rondell Moore with Kincaid, and Greg Dulcich click. Good shout. And then Shock at pick 11, Stroud, and Burrow at 86. I like this combo. You get a fall on both players. It's correlated. Gibbs, Kamara, Elliott, Algier, Chuba, Eric Gray. And we were talking about this yesterday with Bindles. The take on Chuba, it's like, how much different is Chuba from Jerome Ford and where Jerome Ford goes? But you're getting Chuba at 172. It's almost 30 picks later than Jerome Ford. It almost seems like their outlooks are pretty much the same on the offense. Chuba with Brooks returning from the knee injury, and then Ford with Chubb returning from the injury. Both have another RB in that offense with Sanders and Foreman. but she'll be going 30 picks later. Puka, Dell, T. Higgs, Calvin Ridley, Shakir Myers, and Juwan Jennings. A hero in the playoffs. Schultz, Likely, and Smith. I'm cool with this, with these three. Just 3 late tight ends. It'll be interesting to see what Baltimore does with tight end this season. Are they going to do more 2 tight end sets with Andrews? Is Likely going to take the back seat like he has when Andrews is healthy? To me, it feels more like a handcuff, and he's being drafted at the ADP before some starters, but those guys, he's getting into that range where I'm mixing him in. I'm much more likely, no pun intended, to mix him in. I have him on one team, but I'm gonna have some more shares of Likely at this ADP just because the upside. We saw it, and we've seen Andrews get hurt a couple seasons in a row. So that's it. That wraps it up. We'll catch you guys tonight at 9:15 p.m. Eastern. Hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss that draft and that stream tonight. But we'll catch you guys on the next one. Appreciate everyone watching, and appreciate the support, guys. So have a good one. Pounders.